We will choose to fight for a world beyond. It is not too late. It's your home, so don't say that it's fate. We're never willing to give up till our future is built on our dreams. Even through lost times, many tears, not all for nothing. To give up is not a choice. It's a fight we have to win. Let's rock. We will never lie. Down and die to end will fight.
Yo, no good dude.
We are all we have. Nothing will come to save ourselves. We will choose to fight. Never remain the idle kind. We'll never walk alone. For our dreams are intertwined. We will choose to fight for a world beyond. There's no other way. Can be done with nothing instead. To save our future from hands that would take what we're built with our dreams. We will never lie. Down and die to end will fight. We will fly so high. With our dreams and wings we fight. We will choose what's right. We know what to take our sight. Forever we'll live on. Through our dreams and hopes that guide. We will choose to fight for a world beyond. We will choose to
What's so sus? How's it going, CJ?
We will choose to fight for a world beyond. We will never lie. Down and die to end will fight. We are all we have. Nothing will come to save ourselves. We will choose to fight. Never remain the idle kind. We'll never walk alone. For our dreams are intertwined.
My day's been awful.
We will choose
Awful, okay? I don't think you understand. Give me 1 second. I think I just finished setting everything up. Let me see here. Yeah, no, I did. Alright, cool. Give me 1 goddamn second. Oh my god. I mean, technically it's not awful, you know, I just have food. Let's see here. Let me put on this song. Nah. Wait, what's this one? Cool. Love the song. Perfect. I'm not eating a beef patty. How's it going, y'all? Hold on. Turn it off. There we go. Cool. We're gonna get back on the PC later because that's where we're gonna be playing Dragon Ball Fighters later. Alright, let's start off with the worst part. You see where my eyes are? I'm missing a thing. Oh. Maybe it's because my glasses broke. Split apart. And no, I'm not doing that thing where I put a tape in between them and I just work with that. This sucks, bro. All I did was literally throw my glasses on the pillow. I literally just threw my glasses on my pillow, and bam, that was enough. It just broke. Like, just get glue. No, I'm not. And even then, it's separated at a point where it's just like, that's not sticking. It's not gonna stick. It ripped apart from the actual like thing that actually like measures it. Just busted. It's the one spot where you could just Gorilla Glue it. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm just gonna get a new pair. And it's not that expensive. It's like $150. And no, like that's not expensive because most glasses, you're supposed to be paying like above $800 off of your insurance and shit like that. It's just like, I don't need to be spending that much money. I can just get another regular pair, but I'm not buying it right now. I have to wait until like the next paycheck. Bro, take it to the Brooklyn Arcade. They can solder it. No. Shut up, CJ. Shut up. You're not coming in with compelling arguments, like, at all. Freaking. What's it called? I've been alright. Had some nice breakfast. Got you, homie. I had myself some food. It was a good day. It was a good day to start. It's just no glasses. It wouldn't be as feasible to make it work. Yeah. It's a viable option. Go home. Go home. Go stay in school. Go home. Stay in school. Do what you gotta do, but it's not happening. So yeah, no, I'm just stuck with this. Thankfully, I'm not blind. I'm not as blind. I just can't see it from far away. So if like I'm in class and I'm in front of a billboard, I can't really like see, but I can see everything that's like in paper, like in front of me. So it's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. In so much fucking pain. It's just like, it's a pillow. What do you mean? All I did was toss it, and it was just like, it's over. It's over. It's so over. It sucks. Like, damn it, dude. It was probably a long time coming because this, I've been wearing these glasses for like 4 years now. And it's like, well, it makes sense. I guess the wear and tear finally did its thing and just broke. So I'm gonna be doing that later. Cinnamon roll? Cute. Are you gonna play that repo game at some point? No, I'm not. I am watching it though. That thing blew up so fast. I'm just like, what the hell? And it's already in my Steam family share library, like on day 1. So it's just like, what the? How do you guys know this game? How do you guys find out about this game? So no, I'm not playing that. I don't give a shit to do that. That's not my kind of game. I don't really like doing those kinds of games. That's not my favorite quote-unquote genre. So, no. And I already saw all the tricks it does. I also saw a whole bunch of other YouTubers do it. It's definitely funny. It's just not for me. Yeah. I barely know about Repo. I saw Dude was playing for a bit. I saw this one dude. I think his name is Docky. Yeah, no, Docky. Out of any Repo content creator right now, Docky is so fucking funny. Him and his friend group are so freaking funny. Hey, Dandy. No, you broke your glasses. I did. I threw it on the pillow, and that's all she wrote. in shambles, bro. This sucks. But yeah, no. You guys want to look up repo stuff? I would just watch Doki. He has 2 videos on it right now, and it is the most funniest things. Guess what you're playing today? Karaoke? Baka Mitai? Sure. That ain't no problem. Hold on. You able to play without glasses? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not blind from far away. Well, no, I'm not blind from up close. I can see everything. I can play and write and do all of my regular stuff normally. I just can't see from, like, if I'm looking at it from very far low. So like, it starts getting blurry once I look at a billboard or stuff like that. So it's not really viable for me. But I'll be blind for 2 weeks, so that once I get my paycheck from my job, I have a distributor that glasses distributor that I go to. The same people that got me these glasses. It was like 175 bucks. It's actually very, very cheap. They already have my eye exam, which it like specifically caters to my eyes. Apparently, I think I don't know what it was. I think I was 50-40. One eyesight is better than the other. There we go. Alright, cool. But yeah. So I'm gonna get that fixed up literally like in 3 weeks. So for now I'm just gonna be blind. Let's see here. Bakamitai. Is that what we're gonna do? Hold on. My controller. Hello, yo, anime, how's it going? Good afternoon. Dun dun, time to read. It's the Spanish one! Oh my god, I forgot about this one! I didn't practice that one. I was about to do I'm doing the freaking the Japanese one. No, hold on. No, that's the fight. Dun 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 dun. It's very Terminator, this song. He didn't practice. I didn't practice the Spanish one. No. Which one? My favorite is the Akiyama one. Where is that one? We'll do the... There we go. We'll do the cutie one. Contact lenses? No. No, definitely not that. Bagamitai kodomo nano ne. Yume wo ootte kizusuite. Uso ga heta na kuse ni waraenai iga o miseta. I love you mo uroku ni iwanai. Kuchipeta de honma ni buki yo. Nanoni doshite sayonara wa ieta no. Dame dane, dame yo. Dame nano yo. Anta ga sugite, sugi sugite. Dore dake suyo ni osake demo yugamanai. Urigita bakamitai. I'm on rank 71. Oh, for Monster Hunter Wilds? Oh, that's good. I'm on 88, I believe. I'm like at max. defense, damage, everything. Yeah, no, I'm pretty solid on it. But yeah, no, my glasses broke. I'm pissed. I'm in shambles. I'm gonna be buying a new pair very soon. I'm on rank -0. Shut up. You're fine. You probably don't even play Monster Hunter, and even then, that game isn't even like that long. It's like pretty short. Like you could beat it in 40 hours, which is new for Monster Hunter. Oh no! Yeah, look at this crap, man. I'm blind for a week. For 2 weeks. I play Monster Hunter. Do you really? Do you really? Not even Monster Hunter 4? You played 3 Ultimate? Ugh. Ugh. Nah. It's not the same. I'm sorry! I know the feeling! Oh, it sucks, bro. It sucks. It happened last night. As soon as, like, the stream ended last night, all I did was I had to use the bathroom. Doing, like, you know, just say you can't swim. 3 Ultimate takes off swimming, though. Monster Hunter tries the one where you swim. And I don't even mind the swimming. Just 3 Ultimate is not the best. 4, though, is awesome. Anyways. Yeah, no, like, literally as soon as we did the, ended the Mario stream, I threw it on my pillow. Using the bathroom, I come back. And then I see my glasses, I'm like, what happened? I just tossed it on my pillow. What do you mean it broke? And I'm in fucking shambles, bro. I couldn't fucking believe it. Why? Why did it have to be right now? You could have broken at any point in the street. Where, like, you fell on the floor or anything like that. Or it's like someone punched me. Or, like, anything. But it was a toss on a pillow that broke you. And it's like, what? What? What are you talking about? Was there maybe a crack beforehand? No. No, definitely not. And if there was, I think that would explain something. Because there was an incident in my school, and I'm pretty sure that might have been the case, but it didn't break at all for anything else. It just broke while I threw it on my pillow. My question is, how is this still intact throughout the stream? That's the thing! That's the thing! I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it was fine. I got nothing. I have nothing for that. It just made no sense to me. I was just confused the entire time. I'm like, it doesn't mean that I'm blind. I just, you know, it's gonna be a hard time for me to see from far away, and that's about it. And that's not the worst thing. What's it called? But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what's happening. That's the start of my day. Is just coming to terms with the fact that my glasses broke. Yeah, I'm gonna get a new pair. I'm a window shop. Cause there's a glasses shop at Warby Parker. That's the place I go to for my glasses. The really cheap stuff. Like, instead of paying over $700, $800 like out of pocket for your insurance, you can just pay for like $100, $125 for like regular glasses. These are transitional lenses, so if it hits the sun, it would be sunglasses. So that would, and it also is UV. It has the UV lens, so I would be able to look at my TV screens for a long time. That was $175. That is not a bad deal, and I can easily replace it now. And since it's broken, it's kind of urgent, because I need it for work. I need it for class. I need it for streams, because I can barely see the chat right now. Like, I have a monitor that's up here, and I can barely see you guys. I can barely see what you say. But I have my phone right next to me, and I can actually see what the hell you guys are saying over there. I know how it feels, because I remember breaking my glasses. I couldn't play fighting games with glasses because I'm blind without them. I'm only blind from a distance. So everything that's up close, I have a TV that's like right in front of me. I can see fine with just my glasses like this. It's just gonna suck. I have like 2 pairs. I forgot why. Hopefully you can get 2 pairs. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go for 2 pairs so that if one breaks, I have another. Technically, I do have another pair. My friend has it, and she needs it for... She just needed a pair of glasses to actually see, and apparently our eyesights are similar. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, just take this. So yeah, no, I'll see if I can get 2 pairs. See if I can spend $200 for 2 glasses. Maybe I would love that. I do know that they have like a subscription service, but I don't want to use a subscription service and get like fucking 3 glasses a month just for aesthetic reasons. And it's just like, you know what? I like the idea, and maybe that idea might be good for this specific occasion, but you know, where I don't really need that. Nighttime is worse without them. Nah, for me, nighttime is actually really good with them. I usually have like I don't like wearing my glasses all the time. I only wear my glasses like throughout the day, right? So hold on, let me put on background music. Sorry about that, guys. Usually when I wear glasses, I only wear them throughout the entire just day, right? That's just my time at work, and I keep my glasses on for streams because you guys are in a far distance for me to see, so it's a little hard for me to actually like what song is this? Hold on. No, we're gonna put on.
Hold your butts. It's time for Jet
Yeah. For anyone that wants to listen to this one, it's called Too Mellow. Too Mellow is a really good artist. Go check them out. Anyways, yeah, no. What was I saying? Oh yeah, nighttime. Once everything is over, I take off my glasses and I'm looking at everything without my glasses on, like that, like this, like that. Now that that's all out the way, great, you know, my glasses. So to start up today, what's it called? We're gonna be playing Dragon Ball FighterZ later tonight with Mike. I'm really excited for that. Mike wanted to kind of do something funny, where we fight, but we also talk about the fan fiction that we talked about last time in the I think the last ADHD fighting stream with Press Start and Biggie. But right now Press Start and Biggie is not available. Nova will be back though. She definitely wants to join in on that, so I'm really excited for it. But before we get into that, I wanted to explain why I was gone for... When's the last time I streamed? Hold on. Because there was a very specific reason why I couldn't stream, and it's not even a week. Yeah, I was gone for a week. Yeah. Okay, 5 days isn't so bad. Right? Right. Yesterday, silly. Well, no, not that one. Why was I gone for like 4 or 5 days? It feels like I was gone forever. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's from March 5th, and then March 10th, and March 14th. I was on a inconsistent timing. What song is this? Yo, vibes. Like actually vibes. Anyways, so I was busy with. Boop. Gonna be down right here. I'm putting that right there. Alright, cool. I was busy with this game. Days Gone. I had a hyper fixation on this goddamn game. It got pretty bad. There were multiple days where I didn't do editing. I did not. I barely thought about streaming at all. And for some reason I couldn't play anything else. I wanted to play Fatal Fury. I wanted to do a marathon of Fatal Fury, but every time I tried, I just called off the stream and said I want to play Days Gone. This stupid game is now one of my favorite games of all time. Has become one of my like top 10 Sony exclusive games. One of the most underrated games I have ever played, and it makes me so freaking frustrated, because it's just like, I should not be this addicted, but I am. The gameplay loop is actually really good. There's one reason why I did play Days Gone. You can say you have gone from the days have gone by from this game. Yes. So I am giving myself I'm doing a little personal marathon where I am playing through Sony exclusive games, and the only reason why I'm doing that is because I think around February, me and my siblings were watching The Last of Us show. We were watching the show of The Last of Us. That show is really good, by the way. Really, really good. That I honestly couldn't believe it. They added and made the show. The core element of the game is still in the show, which is amazing, by the way. Not a lot of shows or movies do that. That same story is still there, but they actually add to it instead of taking scenes off from the show, which is amazing. Because of that, I played through the original Last of Us, the remaster of The Last of Us 1, you know, the third one, the PS5 version. Really good, by the way. Is it recommended as one who has never played The Last of Us as a newcomer? It's definitely recommended, yes. If you've never watched the game, played the game, or has no interest in the game, you could definitely just watch it. You watch the show. Everything that you would want from the show is actually in the show. Everything you want from the game is actually in the show, plus more. They changed some stuff that was in the game, but rewritten it in a way where it makes it better for the characters, where it actually doesn't even matter now. Like, the show just made it 10 times better. It won awards because of the changes, and it deserves it 100%, because I cried. I 100% cried in that show. And so I played through the game. I loved it. I had a good time. It still gave me the chills. It still gave me the cinematic pieces that like really grabbed me by the heart. I fell in love with the first game again. I will not talk about the second game because I don't really like the second game on the way that it's written. But season 2 of The Last of Us is coming up, and it's based on the second game. So I'm really excited to see if they were to change the story elements of the first game, what would they change for the second game? Because for me, my biggest gripe with the second game is you put the story that we wanted in the middle or by the end, instead of putting the story that we wanted in the beginning. And it's the story that we want to know what happened after The Last of Us 1. And so they made it as flashbacks as we're in the future. And I think I get what they were going for, but it didn't let us stay with Joel, which is the biggest issue with that game. You didn't let us stay with Joel up until a certain point where we're not with Joel anymore. So my thing for The Last of Us Part 2 is I hope the show actually lets us stay with Joel. I love Last of Us 1 more than the second one, but I definitely love the PS5 version of Part 1. Yeah, it's great. It's pretty good. They didn't change anything, though. All they did was change graphically. There was nothing added to it. They didn't put any gameplay elements from the second game into the first game, which I guess it's not designed to play like The Last of Us 2, so whatever. It's fine. It barely has any changes. It's just graphic update, that's it. Unlike these two games, you see how like these two games are, well, Days Gone Remastered isn't out yet. That's going to be in April 25th, but both of these games actually have new things. Horizon Zero Dawn got reanimated. They actually gave characters more animations and more flow and more personality when you talk to the characters. Everything's more beautiful. I think the biggest detriment to Horizon Zero Dawn is the lighting. The lighting and the soul of the environment got lost in translation where you can definitely see things got AI upscaled to the point where it doesn't have that natural setting that the PS4 version have. And I think the PS4 version is the only thing that wins in that department, is the natural lighting and setting. While everything else got prettier and textured, everything there are some stuff that just got lost in translation while it got upgraded. While Days Gone's remaster did the lighting right. They already showed gameplay beta footage of how the remaster looks, and it's great. It looks really good. It keeps that luscious natural lighting while also adding content to the game, and that you won't get in the other two remasters. Horizon just updated in graphics, and that is it. And reanimated some stuff, which is pretty good. But Days Gone remastered like already had animation and has good voice acting and good lighting and everything. The gimmick with this game is that you have to fight 600 zombies in one screen. You can fight like hordes of zombies in one screen, and it is the most terrifying thing I've ever fucking played. I don't like open world games, guys. I am honestly very sick of it. And this game came out at a time where I was already burned out from a lot of open world games, where you got Red Dead, Witcher, freaking what's it called? I guess The Last of Us. No, not the God of War. Phoenix, Immortal Rising, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, 1,000 Heartless versus 600 zombies scenario. So that's what the PS5 version is gonna be doing, where you are actually fighting 1,000 fucking zombies now, 1,000 plus zombies on the PS5 upgrade, which I'm really excited for, because now that makes it a lot more harder for you to fight them. And how you can determine how many zombies you have to fight is through a health bar, and you see the numbers dwindling down as you are setting up. Like, instead of the 1,000 Heartless is cool and all, but you are fighting them like in one open area, while in this scenario where you have zombies, so you're one guy, you're a regular dude, a regular fucking guy that has to fucking manage over hundreds and hundreds of zombies running at you, just rampantly climbing over each other, freaking just doing everything they can to like come at you. You have to throw Molotovs, set up traps, use the environment, use your guns, use your explosives, all this stuff to like actually, and run, jump, freaking vault, parkour, a whole bunch of crap to make sure that you are not dying to beat these zombies. And making a fight an obstacle course is so awesome, actually. So imagine doing that, but you have an entire game of that. And the open world setting has a lot of traps. There are hunters and bounties that's after you, that set up like rope traps, sniper shots, like freaking a whole bunch of crap. And you can even get kidnapped. You could just get kidnapped out of nowhere, and you have no weapons. You are in a camp that is ready to kill you at any time, while you are naked with no weapons. You got nothing. You have to use your stealth. It has that perfect balance of stealth and action, where it's just like, oh my god, anything can happen to you in this open world, and I love it. I love it so much. It took me 40 hours to beat this game, and it's just like, oh my god, dude. I couldn't not play it. I needed to beat it. This game has been on my radar for like a very long time, and I hated the fact that I just couldn't beat it. So I finally took the time to go and play it, and I had a lot of fun. I actually had a lot of fun. So oh my god, I just had to go through it. And once I finally beat it, the weight of my shoulders finally fucking released, So not only is the gameplay loop amazing, the story is actually really good too. I mean, like, phenomenal. It's not 10 out of 10. There were some things that were just like, you could have written this better here and there, like most stories do. It's an honest 9. It's an honest, good to God, like 9 out of 10 storytelling. It's about this man, this guy that has lost his wife 2 years prior of the incident where like the zombies taken over or whatever, right? And it's just you and your brother. Your brother got burned in the arm, and meaning where his tattoos are. So essentially he went through an incident where like freaks, like literally like freaks of nature, burned down his arm, and he's going through poisoning. And Deacon, the main character, is already going through like a mental crisis because of losing his wife 2 years in, and he has no idea what he wants to do. You know, like, does he want to survive? Does he want to kill himself right now? Does he even want to keep going? Would he even care if anybody else would miss him? Stuff like that. Like, he's going through like identity crisis, and I related to it, man. It was deep. So I hope for Days Gone Remastered it's a sign for a sequel in the future. I hope so too. I bought it. I have it. I have it pre-ordered, so I'm ready for it. I will say it was still pretty immature for one of the guys who was involved on it to be bothered by the cameo in Astrobot. Oh, I have a story for that. I have a story for you for the director, because the director doesn't work for Sony anymore, and whoever supports the director, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. So I'm gonna explain in a bit. He's the end conversation, all right? Because he's the reason why Days Gone it has been in limbo for as long as it did. This is a 2019 game, mind you, and there was gonna be a sequel, but he shouldn't have been involved. Thankfully, the writers, the game developers were not ruined by that guy, so we're fine. We don't need him. Funny enough. So what's it called? Yes. So you know, I'm going through like this character development. Like we already got the basis. This is our basis. Is a broken man, and I love broken men, actually finding a reason to live, and that growth from bottom to the top is one of the most like natural and fulfilling fucking stories I have ever freaking dealt with. It's kind of insane. Like I can't explain it to justice because like it's honestly one of those things where you have to sit through it and see that progress, because like, you know, I tell you that his wife died, right? His wife died because of a plane crash. He put his wife, Sarah, in a helicopter because when the outbreak was happening, there were evacuation choppers there, and he left his wife in the chopper because she was stabbed, and the choppers and the doctors in there were gonna go help her while hold on here. Ooh, yeah. While Deacon stayed behind to help his brother survive the outbreak because his leg was shot. So they stayed behind and started fighting through all the hordes, and they survived. A few days later, the chopper that was supposed to go to the evacuation site crashed and got overrun by zombies. So a week passes by, the zombies are out. Deacon cleared out that zombie horde and saw all the bodies and couldn't even find his wife. So he made a tombstone for his wife specifically and plants flowers because Sarah is a botanist. So he would plant lavender because when they first met, she would teach him like how to cut flowers and all that stuff. You go through the entire process. It goes through so much detail on like what everything means to him. Like even on the specific flower he picks up, the interactions, the bike rides, what he does to teach her on how to survive with people, like stuff like that. And it's just like, oh my god, it's such a freaking deep emotional relationship. You believe it. And I really freaking love them. They're great characters. And then you feel for him on like why, like his loss for Sarah is such a big deal. And he visits you. There are side missions where you visit that tombstone and he talks to Sarah the entire time. Updates her on like everything that happens to him in current time. And it's just like, man. And then you get up to the point where he has to stop talking to that tombstone, where he has to finally accept that after 2 years he can actually just leave it alone and deal with the current crisis. Not even just the zombies, but his friends and his brother, like dealing with the outbreak and going through the survival economics of the world. And it's just like, damn, I like this character right now. Am I feeling something? And that's what's happening. So I go through this entire week just actually going through the emotional trauma. Hold on a minute here. No, that one's a fun one too. Can you put that one on? There we go. We go through the emotional trauma of this one guy, and it's just like, I'm in. I'm fully in. I'm 100% in. But I had to fucking devote to it, and I did not want to restart the game if I was to stream it at all. I wanted to see the entire ride myself, to see if it was worth it. Because before I beat the game, a lot of people were saying that like it ends on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, okay. So then I beat it. No, it does not. No, it does not. I'm not going to spoil anything because I definitely want to show you guys like what this game's about, because holy shit, it is one of the most like amazing run-throughs I've gone through. It is such a personal run-through that I'm just like, I want to talk about this game. I want to show this game to all of you guys. How you break your glasses? Crowdu! I literally threw it on my pillow, and for some reason it just snapped. I got so mad. I got so sad. I got so upset. So now I'm just blind until for 2 weeks. I never played Days Gone, but I bought it last year. Now I'm just waiting for the remastered $10. Can beat that price. Yeah, no, like Days Gone is suffering a bit like Bloodborne. Okay, you know what? No, it's not. Days Gone has a sick. You could play the PS4 version, you'd be fine, because Days Gone plays in 60. It plays in 60 frames. I played the PS4 version on my PS5. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's actually a really good PS4 game. It's surprising on how good it runs with, even when you're playing, even when you're fighting hundreds of zombies, it does not lag. It never lagged. It was awesome. It plays like how it would play nowadays. It's honestly timeless. But you know, there are some things that like could be updated, you know, like visual fidelity, textures, and that's what the PS5 version is for. That's it. It's already in 60, but now you get to have it in 60 more pretty with more content too. Like that's the biggest update from the two. The PS5 version gives you new modes to play, especially Horde Assault mode, which I'm really excited for. Overall, you would be fine just playing the PS4 version just as is. Nothing, you don't need to do anything else with it. The remastered is just a bonus at this point. Same, I haven't played Days Gone, but your perspective on through playing it makes me a bit curious. Since I have for a while wanted to look on other games on the PS4, and I can definitely I 100% recommend Days Gone. It is 40 hours of your time. That is 4 days. The extra 3 was side missions. Side missions, camps, hordes. There's a lot to do in the open world that's just like, oh my god. And then the level ups, I forgot to mention, this game is an RPG. And you know what I like in RPGs? Experience bars. That is my favorite thing in any RPG. And this is an RPG shooter. And I'm just like, yes! So when the number goes up, the freaking neurons start going up, man, because you actually gain new abilities that changes the game. You get new things that actually helps you in the open world, and not only do you get dead aim mode like in Red Dead Redemption, you get more ammo, enemies cannot catch you as fast as they would normally. You can get bike upgrades where your bike can store more gas, last as long, and without that bike you will die. Without that bike you will just die. You can increase your stamina all you want, you can only run for so long from a horde. And that's that thing, that give and take, where it's just like, oh my god, everything you do has a thought process, and if a game makes you think on what you have to do, that is good game design. Really good game design. Freaking, before I played Days Gone, I played God of War, and I got bored. Because I don't have to think about anything in God of War. Like, at all. You can just, I don't like it. Not at all. Freaking, only because, like, even when you get a new weapon in God of War, it still boggles down to the same things where you just hit your lights into heavies, dodge, throw your arrows a bit, and just kind of maintain the horde. My biggest issue with God of War is that there's no verticality anymore because Kratos is old, quote unquote. And I'm like, shut the hell up. No, he's not. He has verticality. He has air. He can jump if he wanted to. It's just not in the gameplay. The biggest thing in God of War is just the cinematics, and that bothers me. I want to play as Kratos, but I feel like I'm actually looking at what Kratos can do in cinematics only and not in the game, and that pisses me off. While in Days Gone, everything you do in cinematics, you can actually do in game. Everything you do in the hordes, you 100% can do it in game too. The game complements both the cinematics and the gameplay loop to the point where you can actually stay engaged, and it has a lot of verticality and ideas for you to think about. But one of the biggest things that makes me really like this game is that there's a lot of random elements to it, because it's not just zombies, it's also the freaks, the cannibals, the anarchists, and animal wildlife. Bears, wolves, cheetahs can just appear out of nowhere when you are fighting zombies or raiding a camp, and it's just like, oh shit, now I have to think about what the hell to do about this thing. And it's these last minute decisions that keeps making you think on your toes, to the point where it's just like, all right, I have to deal with this, with that, and I freaking fight this, survive this, run this, get out of here from this shit like that. That is engaging game design, and it's that way for the entire game. Like this, like that, like this, like that. Oh my god, you got the super strength. Yeah, I enjoyed Days Gone so much. Yeah, no, it's fun. It's super fun. Ghost of Tsushima has been on my radar amongst the original PS4 games. I recommend Ghost of Tsushima too. Ghost of Tsushima is good, but it's missing one thing for me personally. It's that random element. There's not a lot of random elements in Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is not only a good gameplay and good storytelling, it needs just a little more to make it better. And I think a random element would make it so much better. Because if you're making an open world game, you need to bring up some spices of it that could make it so much better. And that's just that random element. That really is that important thing when you're doing an open world game. If you're making an open world game, you have to make sure that it feels like it could be an open world game, to the point where like things can just happen. Like in reality, things could just fucking happen out of nowhere and you just have no control sometimes. And Ghost of Tsushima feels like you can control it at any point. Because it has that balance within stealth and action. And that random element is only there if you got caught or not. And that's just okay enough to make it like keep your attention retained the entire way. But I feel like Days Gone actually keeps my attention the entire way. Not just enough, just a lot. It has a lot that keeps my freaking retention. It's ridiculous. To the point where I got addicted. Ghost of Tsushima, I did not get addicted. There was a time period where I needed a break. But Days Gone, I didn't. I wanted to keep playing. And playing and playing and playing. And I was enamored. I was just in love with it. But yeah. I will show off this game on April 25th, which is when the remaster comes out. I'm super excited for it. Fuck, man. It was actually one of a kind, and beating it, I was honestly so freaking happy and satisfied. The next game I'm going to be doing personally is Horizon Zero Dawn. And remember what I said about that random element and that stuff that in Days Gone does? Horizon Zero Dawn doesn't really have that. Like, you have these fantastical cyber creatures and you have these weapons that are cool, but it doesn't have enough that makes it as engaging as it should be. Robots don't come in out of nowhere in camps. It's you just fight the humans and fight the robots separately. You don't have enough moments where in the open world setting they are combined, where like they could just come in out of nowhere and beat up the raiders, or you for that matter. If you're, like I said, open world game needs that random element to make sure you are doing more things. Like, it just needs more things in your face, and that's it. Like, it needs you to keep thinking on your toes on how you're using your weapons, how you're using your abilities, and how you're using the environment all at the same time. All of that matters to make that concrete, engaging open world gameplay loop. I feel like now I'm starting to understand the real appeal, or how you should 100% make an open world game more fun. And it's how do you engage the player? Like, Red Dead Redemption is a gallery shooter. I'm gonna be honest with you. There is nothing in that game that can honestly retain my attention other than I want to see where the story ends, because that story is so fucking peak. While everything else is cool, I feel like the only thing that kept me going was just I wanted to see the next thing. I just wanted to see the characters talk. That's it. That's all Red Dead Redemption got for me. It's one of my favorite open world games of all time. Not because of the open world gameplay loop. No, it's actually just story. Horizon Zero Dawn's not that crazy in story. It is good. It's just not my cup of tea. Days Gone, oh my god. It just fixed everything. It fixed everything on what I want in an open world game. And now I'm more open to the fact that I can just get in open world games with no issues. If I know that you don't have that gameplay loop where it has some random elements with good weapon materials, upgrades that actually changes how you play the game entirely, and an engaging story, I'm out of here. Forgot, can zombies be distracted when normal enemies trying to kill you? Yes, they can. You can use the zombies to kill your enemies and not you. So you can literally lead them to other people and bam, they get the damage. But that depends if you are in a situation like that. Sometimes you're not. But there are multiple camp situations where you can do that. Story, no. Story likes to keep it separate. But once you get out of story, things get way more random in Days Gone. Like, it can get ridiculous. There were, I think, 5 instances in camp ratings and open world situations where there were zombies coming after me, and I needed to do this one thing in obtaining a camp or clean up the infestation, where 2 of the parties now have to interact with each other and not me. And I can do all of my main stuff while clearing out the threat later. And that right there is such a like awesome fucking thing that could just happen on a whim. It does not happen because you planned it. It happens on a whim, and that's the random element that I'm talking about. Like that's it. That stuff right there is very fun. Kind of like Monster Hunter Wilds, 2 monsters fighting in your face, which is fun, which is really fun. I personally think that is a really good way to like go about it. But you see, my issue with Monster Hunter Wilds is kind of like the opposite issue I have with Horizon Zero Dawn. Do not put story and make story as integral in Monster Hunter Wilds than it needs to be. Monster Hunter Wilds, Monster Hunter as a whole is not designed for story, especially when you force it on your face. Thank you for the follow, Baru Shoei 001122. Every follow is a good follow. I hope I didn't mess up the name there. So I would say Days Gone and Sony Spider-Man games is your best Sony games in open world. No, it's not. Spider-Man is not my favorite game. Spider-Man is a good game because it's a Spider-Man, not because the game is good. I'm gonna be for real there. Hair flip, I got you. Shit. Are we gonna go for honesty hours? Because I got some opinions. Give me 1 second. Woo! There's your hair flip, homie. So, I like Spider-Man. Alright? Spider-Man is one of my favorite fucking superheroes of all time. Like, I have Spider-Man poster over there. I have Spider-Man posters up there. I got freaking Spider-Man posters behind me. I have played all the Spider-Man games. Do a buzz cut. Never. Ever. I tried a buzz cut before when I was like in elementary school, but definitely not gonna do it again. Cause my face is long, so it doesn't match. My face does not work with like short hair, like at all. Like by the neck, sure, because I cut my hair before, but not like that. Anyways, Spider-Man is one of my favorite like superheroes of all time. But my thing about Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man games, the Marvel Spider-Man games, is that it's simple. Have you done symmetry tests? No, I don't think so. Why? What's it called? And what's your MBTI? I don't even know what any of that means, buddy. MBTI. What's it called? Yes, Spider-Man is a very simple game with very simple combos and mixes. It has the verticality, it has the city. For me, every Spider-Man game that has come out so far is like a solid 7 to 8 out of 10. Story-wise, it's just amazing. It's just good. There's nothing really bad about it. There's nothing. Spider-Man games have nothing for me to complain about, with like some wishes that it could be more, you know. Favorite Spider-Man version? Amazing Spider-Man. If we're talking about movies, Amazing Spider-Man is one of my favorite movies. 2 specifically. 2 and 1 are my favorites, but like I really like the Amazing Spider-Man ones. Tom Holland, I don't really like Tom Holland that much. OG Spider-Man, yes, I do. The game? Oh, that's a hard one. That's a really hard one. You know why? You wanna know why that's a hard one? Because Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man game, has a better story, I believe. I think nothing is going to top what happens to you in the first Spider-Man story. But the second game is so fun. And Miles Morales is also so freaking fun. Like the Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Miles Morales adds to the gameplay loop that I desperately needed in the first game. And but the first game has like the simple basics to the point where I really like how it progresses and how you end it. and how it freaking ends in Spider-Man 1 is amazing, but I think Spider-Man 2 would have to be my favorite gameplay-wise. Gameplay-wise, like, Spider-Man 2 is so fun to 100%. Spider-Man 2 has, like, the best side missions. Spider-Man 2 has amazing boss designs and a lot of great set pieces that is better than the first game. Favorite game so far is 2. It's 2. It's definitely 2. Spectacular Spider-Man show, Spidey? Oh, yeah, he's good. It's definitely Spider-Man 2. It's just there's just a lot going on in 2 that would beat 1, but 1 is my favorite like story, like so like out of all. Like that's kind of it when it comes to these games. But gameplay wise, no. Like these are not my favorite like Sony exclusives. Funny enough, these are like top 20, like top 20 games of all time for me. Like that's kind of where Spider-Man go for me. Did you play God of War 1 or 2? Oh, Ragnarok? And 2018? I just beat 2018, but I did not beat God of War 2. I did not beat God of War Ragnarok, no. I'm going through a Sony marathon, like, personally. And I finally beat God of War 1, and I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. I think there wasn't enough in the game. I like the story of God of War. If you were to tell me that God of War has a movie for me to watch and it's the entire story of the first game, I would watch it because it has a good story. I just don't think the gameplay loop is good at all. Oh, PS2, PS1? Yeah, I played all the originals. I played 1 through 3. I played 1 through 3, the Ghost of Sparta, the second PSP game. I played the 2 PSP games. I played Ascension. I played all the God of War games. Because it was just God of War. Like, it had that much of an impact that you just kind of play them. Like Uncharted, like how you play through 1, 2, and 3. It was kind of like your next summer blockbuster movie that you have to see. And God of War is within that detriment. No, not detriment. Is within that spectrum. It's like, it's just a game that you just kind of have to play. Chains of Olympus, yeah. I was gonna say how you feel for Death Stranding 2 next PlayStation exclusive. It's not a PlayStation exclusive. That's gonna be PC. That's gonna be PC as well, like later. That's a timed exclusive. That doesn't count. It's like saying Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth is a PlayStation exclusive, but it's not. It's not. It's coming to PC. It's Sony exclusives. It would count if it was designed specifically for Sony, came from Sony, that kind of game. And that is God of War. Like, God of War is on PC now, but that is a Sony like property. Final Fantasy is not. That's a third party. Days Gone, Sony property. Horizon Zero Dawn, Sony property. Stuff like that. Yeah, the third parties don't necessarily count unless it was only intended for that system. Exactly. The fact that we're getting PC versions for these games means that they want to grow their player base to player bases that won't leave from PCs. So it makes a lot of sense why we would get to this point now where we want to let people play the games. They're not buying our console, so why not let the games be available for other consoles, which primarily PC. And it makes sense. It makes sense. I wish I could play them. I got a PS4. What do you mean? Well, what games? There are games that you could still play. You could play God of War Ragnarok on PS4. You could play freaking what's it called? You could play Gravity Rush. You could play Horizon Zero Dawn, I believe. Yeah, there's PS4 versions for these games. There's a lot of versions for these games. It's expensive. Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. What's it called? Yeah, no. I like Spider-Man. I just don't think they're my favorite games of all time. I think they are amazing experiences, but not the best game. I'm not European or American. What are you? What's it called? Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Horizon Zero Dawn is the next game I'm going to be African. Oh, dude. That's cool. Oh, wait. Now I know why. Yeah, no, it is expensive over there. Same thing with Brazil. Like, it is super expensive. Tunisia. Wow, that is a deep cut. Jesus. I'm so sorry. But at the very least, you can still see them. What do you prefer, Last of Us 1 or Days Gone? Days Gone. Because Days Gone is actually a game, and Last of Us is a movie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. Last of Us is just a movie. That's it. I'm being for you here. Uncharted is more of a game than The Last of Us is, and partly the biggest reason why, why I'm doing this, because Last of Us, Uncharted 4, and Uncharted 4 Lost Legacy, I got to play those games, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep playing more Sony games right now. There are a lot of games that I didn't get to play, which was God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Gravity Rush 2, Days Gone, and now at Sackboy. Now that I'm playing through them, I'm just like, oh my god, these are some good games. Some of them are good, some of them are meh, and I just wanted to see what would be my favorites of all time. And so far, Days Gone has been number 1. Days Gone is number 1. God of War would be on the low list, on the low list. It's not up there. I love the story. I don't like the gameplay all that much. I think it needs more. It needs more verticality. I don't like the puzzles. They are so simple and minuscule to the point where it's just like, why are we even doing puzzles in the first place? It's my same issues with the original God of Wars, that I just don't really like the puzzles that they do in any of these like action cinematic games. Uncharted 4 is the best for sure. Oh my god, someone that actually agrees. I love 4. 4 is so good. And Lost Legacy is underrated because, oh my god, that game is so good. That game is genuinely such a fun time. It's short, but damn it, it's so fun. I actually really like it. It's probably one of the Uncharted games that no one really talks about, next to Golden Abyss. And it's a shame because it has some really good set pieces. We have more lore with Chloe, and I forgot the woman's name. I forgot her name. The one that got betrayed at the end. Tiana! Tiana, thank you so much for the sub. Happy 25 months. How have you been? Hold on here. What's her name? I forgot her name. Oh, I forgot her name. She got betrayed by her clan. Well, not clan, by her group, her militia group, and her employer. To the point where she needed help from outside to actually get her militia group back, and to get the specific treasure they would need. What's her name? Discover Nathan Drake, Chloe Fraser as they traveled. They don't even say her name, bro. What the fuck? Bro, come on. She's like an integral part of the story. Nadine, she's really cool. Nadine's really cool. They redeemed her. Redeemed her in Lost Legacy, because in 4, so what people don't tell you, or what the game doesn't even tell you, is that Lost Legacy is a sequel to Uncharted 4. It's like a pseudo sequel. It is like, I think a year or two after the events of 4, and we go through the eyes of Chloe Fraser and Nadine Ross, where we go through the adventures of these two actually like reclaiming and redeeming what they lost in their lives, and we got to know who these characters are. Like, what? Because like Uncharted is fast, okay? We're mostly at the eyes of Drake, and we go through his stories and his connections with Sully and his friends and his wife. To the point where like some of the characters can get like skewed and kind of like pushed back. And Chloe was one of the characters that got pushed back, even though she's a very important character to Drake in Uncharted 2 and 3. And in 4, seeing her back again in 4 was really, really great. And to get her character details is really fun. And I think this game is another like underrated title. If it wasn't Days Gone, it's Days Gone and then Uncharted Lost Legacies. That would be like top 2 games that I played that were really awesome. No one talks about it, and it makes me so fucking mad. Uncharted 4 was so good. I'm glad I got a PS5 version because, my god, the entire game looks great. Yeah, no, I played the PS5 version for this and it's spectacular. I have a lot of... I have a CD for a Ghost Recon in PS4. Ghost Recon? Which one? Wildlands? A sequel that follows Chloe, who wasn't in 4, I believe. Yeah, no, she wasn't in 4 at all. Which was such a shame. I feel like it would have been great, but it's not centered around her, and her involvement wouldn't have mattered if they did involve her. Because Uncharted 4 is the finality of Drake and his adventures, and it is such a good finality, man. It's a game that complements 1, 2, and 3 before it. If you didn't play 1, 2, and 3, you need to play 1, 2, and 3 to get the impact of 4 and why it matters and how much of a big deal 4 really becomes. And it's so good. It's so good. And Lost Legacy is that bonus on top of everything. That Breakpoint. I remember Breakpoint. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not for me, but it's pretty good. I don't really like those kinds of games. It's good, just not up there. Yeah, no. Uncharted 4 Lost Legacy is another game that I beat. That I finally got to play. Just didn't got the time, didn't stream it, didn't do any of that, and I'm very sorry for that. But now that I did, I would love to stream it because these games are really fun. Really like it. It's goddamn. What else? What else? There's something. Oh yes, I forgot about the big tidbit. I went on about Days Gone. Now it's time to talk about the controversy. The thing that held Days Gone back. IBB summary of life real quick. Trunks passed away in January. Oh my god. It was in January? I'm so sorry. The worst moment of my life. We adopted another cat in February. His name is Broly. So yeah, life's been fun. Also, happy belated birthday, baby. Thank you. I am so sorry about Trunks. I'm glad that you have a new cat in your family now. But God bless. What were you able to do for him? Me and my sister, when we lost our cat, we got him cremated. And so right now he's in a little ball. And he's in a marble bowl, and we put his paw print in a case. So we always have him around the house, and we have a dog now at the house. So it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of getting crazy in that house. A few of my one of my friends, Okami, went through the same thing. She did what I advised her to do, was to get her cremated into that ball, and has hit her cat in her house now. Gotta go to sleep, bro. Good night. Thank you so much for coming through, my man. Have a good night. Stay safe. Oh my god. Oh yes, so the controversy of Days Gone. So Days Gone has this freaking director that was just not the best to be around. Apparently, he was probably one of the worst people to work with. What's it called? He brought it down and acts a little selfish. He acts very hoity-toity about the game and super proud of it, to the point where he's just not humbled. He's just very he has a big ego, to the point where it doesn't give a good light to the game. Like, yes, it's good and I like it very much, but you shouldn't be that kind of person behind it. There are other games that's better than yours. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there are other games that I believe that are better than Days Gone. Like, I'm a person that likes Yakuza. I'm a person that loves fighting games. What makes your game any different? So it's that when the reviews of the game came in, he did not take it lightly, and he called a lot of those reviewers and started fighting a lot of these comments as woke reviewers, and it's just like, that's not at all what they were complaining about. Most of them were complaining about the gameplay stuff and how it's uninteresting and how it's not as different as many of the other open world games. And I'm going to assume, because I was a part of that crew, where 2019 was saturated with open world games. So when you put on one open world game to another, they tend to look the same. But now that I've played it, this is far from any open world game from what I've played. But it's not like you're gonna be able to differentiate it from the naked eye. Like, people are gonna see you on a motorcycle and you're just traveling around the world. No one's going to believe that this is a different game. Alright? You put it next to Zelda, you put it next to Horizon, you put it next to Red Dead, Grand Theft Auto, all these games, they're all gonna look the fucking same. And that's perfectly fine. Whether or not you actually played it and understand where the reviews are coming from, the reviews shouldn't dictate how you're gonna like this game, because it's actually a lot different than you may think, and that is completely fine. Give it a few years now, and all the reviews are gone, and people are singing a different tune about Days Gone, because now this game has sold over 8 million copies. This game did not do bad. It actually did pretty well. A lot of people are blaming that it's the director. A lot of people are blaming it's the sales. No, the sales did good. The reviews did put a dent, and Sony kind of held back a bit. But the numbers are actually saying something. And now that it was on PC, it sold 1 million more. So that's like nearly like 9 million copies, and that's 8 million from PS4 alone. That's a lot. That's a big player base. That's insane. And now we have the PC. There are people playing it, and I think when you look at the Steam charts, there are over 2,000 to 3,000 people still playing this game. Just for the game, not for multiplayer or online. There is no multiplayer or online, so it's kind of like shocking, huh? So it's alive. There's actually something going on in this game. There's a strike in the match. There's light in the end of the tunnel. There's something still there that keeps Days Gone's spirit alive. And I believe it's how they did the open world and how you can handle New Game Plus, how there's an arcade mode, challenge mode, different ways to play the game that makes it enjoyable just to shoot zombies. I think if you put co-op in it, this would probably be the best game of all time. But it's not there. Not there yet. And people are hoping... Well, Days Gone 2 got canceled, mind you. Days Gone 2 was actually a thing. It got in development. And during that developmental process, we were going to have co-op in Days Gone 2. But it got canceled by Sony. Because... It's not because of the sales. It's not because of the reviews. They were actually already going to do stuff more with it. What really held this game back from becoming a series of games? What was happening in the past few years with Sony games, huh? What was going on? We were getting live service games like Concord. Or what? The Suicide Squad games. I mean, that's not Sony exclusive, but Sony wanted more live service games, and it's not working out. Concord died within the first month. So, with that in mind, Ben Studios, the people that made Days Gone, mind you, they made Siphon Filter. They also made Bubsy 3D. That's the contrast difference within these games. Ben Studios was given an offer, you can make a sequel, but it has to be live service. So they were going to make a single player game, have live service. Whether or not it was going to be good, it depends on how you make it. And they were at a point where if we were to make a Days Gone live service, it would either have to be multiplayer only or single player only, and the single player only didn't have an option to stay up. So that would mean you would have to make a live service of all the unlockables that you get in a live service, and they were not going to integrate that. What they were going to do was make a multiplayer Days Gone, and they decided we're not going to put our resources into that. So Bend Studios just denied it. They just didn't do it. They said no, they're not going to do that project. They're not going to make a live service project, and they're just kind of left down in that studio with nothing. Like, they do have a base for the game, but they didn't get the green light to go. So it's like, I see. So that's where the remaster kind of comes in, where I think Sony's testing the waters now. Do people want Days Gone? I don't know. I think we do. If you have the sales numbers and you actually have the PC numbers going on, I do hope that the PC remaster does do something, and the PS5 content is actually going to be on PC too as DLC for $10 as well. So you can get all the modes, all the updates and all that stuff on PC too. So I think this is the real test right now, if we can get a Days Gone 2. If it works, if it sells well, I'm pretty sure somewhere in the future we can see a Days Gone 2 in the works. And it would probably be 2027, 2028. I don't know how long they're going to take for that, but damn, is going to be a bit. Like, Days Gone didn't need to wait this long for its own series, man. It's kind of a shame that it's taking this long. But hey, it didn't do well at first. What's it called? It launched with bad optimization, but with updates they were able to stand their ground and fixed it. It's just that it's underrated. Like, it went through what Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky went through, where like there were a lot of bugs at first. There were a lot of issues in the open world, and it just got you. There were a lot of bugs and issues on launch, so now it's not there anymore. All the bugs were fixed. They added more accessibility. They added more stuff onto it, to the point where it's just like, this is a different game. This is a really good game. That's just where it's at. Ever since Concord Online, multiplayer live service, Last of Us, Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon, Days Gone were just canceled. Yeah, I know. It was weird. They almost revived Twisted Metal as a live service as well. I didn't like that idea. They were... The PS3 Twisted Metal was essentially like that, where it was just online only. You needed to play just online to play Twisted Metal. You had no single player content in that game. And that is such a fucking shame, because Twisted Metal is cool and that PS3 game is cool, but you needed people to play that game, and there weren't that many people playing PS3's Twisted Metal. It is such a weird game. Helldivers has probably been one of the few successful attempts with the live service setting, and that's because they did something in the live service meta where it changed how you should do live service. There were other games that did this setting. Let them work with it. Once Sony tries to get involved with it, Helldivers like got held back a bit, but now with all the new updates and stuff like that and the expansions, it's come back into a better light, which I'm really glad, because Helldivers deserves some really good praise. I really do hope that Helldivers expands to be a more bigger and better game than just like its multiplayer setting. I feel like it could be expanded upon more. If there was a Days Gone 2, probably both PS5, PS6 in the future. I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of PS6 because the PS5 just came out, man. We barely got that many games on PS5. What are you gonna tell me? Like, you're gonna tell me that this game should just die with the games that it launched with, man? With a lot of the remasters that it made? Like, that's stupid, dude. It barely got many, like, exclusives on here, man. Like, the PS4 at least has plenty. The PS4 has a lot. The PS5 library just took a lot of what the PS4 has and made it better. It's just like, that's not even its own freaking thing. Like, Astrobot is probably its newest fucking IP, and I need Sony to get it together. Drop what they were doing with the live service crap, because you don't need it. You really don't. You need to diversify on how you make your games instead. Make your platformers, make your shooters, make your story cinematics. And no, you know what? All these games that I'm just mentioning, just make a good game with cinematics. That's all. That's it. It's fine. Just make a good game with the cinematics. Days Gone, awesome. Astrobot, awesome. God of War, you had a good foundation with the first game. I don't know what you did in Ragnarok because I didn't beat it yet. Freaking Horizon Zero Dawn, you had a good foundation on the first game. You expanded it better on the Forbidden West. Great, fine, perfect. Expand on it. Make more genres instead of just keeping it with the same few. Because all we see is Horizon, God of War, Spider-Man, and that's it. You are barely diversifying outside of it, except for Astrobot. Like, Astrobot is probably like the only biggest change out of any Sony exclusive I've seen. There was no need to do a pro of it that soon. I don't think so either. I definitely don't think so either. More diversity with the first party is all I want from Sony again. Exactly. Yeah. 100%. Oh no. That one's good. That one's good. Like, I'm going through my entire PS5 list, and I can tell you right now, there's not that many Sony exclusives. There are a lot of timed exclusives, but that doesn't count either. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Spider-Man, Horizon. Those are your top 4. And it's just like, and Gran Turismo, I guess, but that's if you like driving, and not a lot of people do. I do, but not a lot of people do. Gravity Rush. Can we get more games like Gravity Rush? Actually, Gravity Rush is probably one of the most unique games in here, and I think it deserves more games like that. But nope. Bring back Ape Escape. Bring more Hot Shots Golf. I love Hot Shots, man. Bring back more games like Infamous, Jak and Daxter. Your PS2, PS3, PS4 lineup always had something. Your PS1 lineup especially has probably one of the most diverse amount of games ever, and that's kind of why I like Sony, because of the diversity. Nintendo has like a select few diverse games, but that's kind of why I don't like it. You kind of just have like the one that you stick with, and that's about it. And that's why I only like Donkey Kong, because like everything else I kind of really don't care. Like, oh my god, I was intrigued when it was Cat. Oh yeah, PlayStation All Stars. Oh god. Oh god, PlayStation All Stars. Don't get me started on that one. Aww. I got to read the DMs, Tiana. That is a really amazing cremation. And the clay properties. Yeah, no, that's, oh my god. First off, Broly's Precious, get off that PS5. You are putting hair on that PS5, bro. Oh my god. You do not want to put hair in your freaking vents. Yo. Oh my god, bring me back Medieval. He loves jumping up there, and I'm like, get off. I start fighting him, bro. Oh my god. What's it called? Yeah, no. There's just barely any exclusives that I can tell you that like this is the highest standard. For me, my only recommendation at this point is Days Gone and Ratchet & Clank. Oh god, Ratchet & Clank. Oh god, Ratchet & Clank. I'm just so glad that we at least have Ratchet & Clank, because Jesus Christ. This is probably like one of my other big platformers for Sony, next to Sly Cooper and Jak and Daxter. Like, goddamn. Sackboy is also really good. I really liked it. Demon Souls is good, but that's a third party. Like, yeah, it's Sony exclusive, but it's like, is it really? Can we really call that? I don't really. And Returnal, I'm glad that Returnal is now getting like a sequel game, but Returnal's not really for me. At the very least, we got a what do you call that? What do you call that? The RNG machines like Hades. Shoot. where like you have to start from the bottom and get like random stuff. Is Stellar Blade is not Sony made. Is it Sony made? Hold up. It's not Sony made. That's third party. Roguelikes. The Returnal is your roguelike game. Hold on. It is published by Sony, but it's not that's a third party. That's a third party making a game for Sony. It's developed by Shift Up. It's a Korean studio. Yeah. I didn't really care for that. It's good, just not for me specifically. Definitely not for me, like at all. Siphon filters. These are the people that made Days Gone. Go make another game. Buy them, please. God bless. I'm asking. I'm begging. Something. The Last Guardian is by the people that made Shadow of the Colossus and Ico. It's good. That's a bit of a tough sell. And I am sick of these Last of Us remakes. I pray to God that we don't get another Last of Us. But apparently the director said that we're getting a third one. And I'm over here like, I don't know what you're going to do after what you did to Ellie. Because Ellie has nothing. You gave us a character, Ellie, a person with so full of hope and love for her people, for her community, and have a father figure like Joel, and then you strain the relationship. Well, because of what happened to Last of Us Part 1. Last of Us Part 1, it ends off with the relationship being strained because Joel lied to Ellie about what they did to her in the science lab. And it's like, I want to see more what happened after that. And in 2, we don't get that until it's too late. And that is the biggest crime for part 2, because you made Joel this kind of character that's kind of out of character. Oh. Hold on a minute here. Yeah, no, Joel just feels out of character in this game more than usual, and that's kind of a shame. Well, I'd rather just have not played 2 at all, because it just didn't give me the story that I was looking for, like at all. It has good gameplay, mind you. I think that Last of Us 2 finally found that balance of gameplay and story, but the story itself wasn't even that rewarding or that great to go through. So it's just like, it comes down to when you beat the game and you see what happens to Ellie, it comes down to what was the point. And if you are at that point within a cinematic game, what was the point? All of the gameplay set pieces, all of the moments with the characters, the emotional growth and the character development between every single character here just kind of mute it. You just muted it. You muted the entire game, and it kind of sucks. I think we won't see The Last of Us 3 for a very long time, or it's possibly finished, because now we got a brand new sci-fi game coming. Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I want to see what they got cooking up there. Also, they made Joel's brother stupid too. In part 2? Did they? I don't remember that. Honestly, Tommy was such a background character. A lot of characters felt very background character because Ellie is just so filled with revenge and shit like that. It's just like, okay, great. So a lot of these characters are worthless to you at the end of the day because Joel's dead. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know how you want me to feel, because I don't really feel anything on how you're feeling. I do not agree that Joel would want you to feel this way, because at the start of part 2, Joel's a different person. He's full of peace and community, camaraderie with his community. He opened up a lot, and he tried really hard to reestablish his relationship with Ellie and Ellie just gave him the cold shoulder until, again, it was too late. And it's that kind of behavior where it's just like, I swear, I can swear to you, within the writing, I can tell you that however long you gave them the time to essentially establish that Joel has lied, there were plenty of moments that Joel could have been honest, you know? If you made Joel this character that has found peace, that means his relationship with Ellie should have been fixed too, but you didn't. It was just open. Like, it was just an open wound at that point. And that right there is just contradicting to how you made Joel be. Because if he's not happy with Ellie, the person that he sacrificed everything for to still have a pandemic, an apocalypse, overrun with zombies and crap like that, like that's just the way that they live now. Their relationship is still this strained. At that point, it wasn't even worth it for him. And for him to be happy just counteracts with the way you're supposed to feel. Because I wouldn't, if I was in Joel's position, I wouldn't even be happy. I would have, I don't know how long that time span was between 1 and 2, but during that time frame, I would have been honest. I would have just said the truth. Because there comes to a point where you break down. You break down on the lie, and the lie just isn't worth it. And it's that kind of deep mentality where I wanted to see from The Last of Us Part 2. This is why story writing is very important. Like the emotional attachments are very important. The what do you do with that emotional attachment has to come out. And you never let it come out for years with these two characters, and that's a waste. Intergalactic, yes, that's the name of the new game for Naughty Dog's IP. Also, the way they killed Joel, just like that, like nothing was badly written. Oh yeah, no, they ripped it off like a band-aid, and it's just like, I was shocked, and then I got mad. To the point where it's just like, I don't care. My entire drive, my hope, the thing that makes me want to see the story is dead. It's gone. You did that to me. And co-assign with Ellie, like a lot of the character development that she should be having is dead, null and void, because he's dead. And it's just like, now you have to make Ellie realize her mistakes because he's dead. That's I don't know about that, man. And then it comes down to the fact that she lost everything, and it's like, no. I like the gameplay for Last of Us 2. I just don't care for what they were going for when it came to story, like, at all. No sympathy or impact, or at least give Joel a best moment for him. His best moments was in a flashback, which is, I feel like, a slap in the face, honestly. You want to make his best moments all flashbacks? I don't think so. What you should have done, those flashbacks should have been the start of the game, where we actually get to grow, get accustomed, and know and feel like his time is going to come up, and we don't know when. But you decided to end it early from the beginning. The first 40 minutes. No. If you were to rearrange it, you probably could have had a good story in your hands, but you fucked it up, and then you made us try to humanize Abby. No. She's army raised. Her parents from the hospital of the first game were killed, and she's full of revenge to kill Joel. Cool. Alright, you gave us a goal. But I don't care about Abby, because she killed Joel. And so, I don't want to deal with it. I'm not humanizing with it. I'm not connecting with it. She has destroyed the very fucking thing The very person that has hated the world, hated the way it is, and you understood why. Made him a kind person after the first game, and he had to pay the price for it because he made that one choice that was very selfish. I get it. Consequences of your actions. I just don't think it works. It just doesn't blend well. I don't know. It feels unnatural. I get the reasoning behind it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't correlate. It doesn't flow right. It feels wrong. Like, it's just all over the place. And then now we have to sympathize with it. I don't buy it. Oh, man. So that's been my thought process for about the entire week. This entire conversation has been the entire process the entire week. Days gone. Now I'm gonna be continuing my journey off stream on Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm really excited for that one. Because it's been on my radar for so long and I want to get to Horizon Forbidden West. But after I beat this game, I'm going to get on Gravity Rush 2. As much as I would love to stream it, I'm going to keep it off stream because I just don't have enough time to stream and play. Like, yeah, I could be playing it right now, but you know what's going to happen? A friend's going to come in. We're going to want to play games. So I'm just going to make the time to play games. I want to be as interactive and open to the stream as much as I can. Because playing these games, I feel like it only works for me if I play it once a month. And that's as much as I could do for these kinds of games. Just once a month. And we already did our once a month game with Monster Hunter Wilds. And I don't have to touch that game. I did everything I could do with that game. And I'm really, really happy that I did. Because Monster Hunter was an amazing time. It just didn't need all this story crap. But then the game comes in, and it's a game that I can interact with you guys and with the game together. Like, it's such a great game. I'm really happy that it's done. So, yeah. Now, the next subject that we were just talking about yesterday. Top 10s. What's our top 10 games on consoles? Specific consoles. And I was really perplexed on the fact that I couldn't even tell you my number one for PS1 or Sony entirely. But for PS1 specifically, I couldn't even tell you. And I decided, you know what? Let's make a list. Let's actually make a list. Let me get my notepad out. Let me I have a hard time on specific consoles from memory. So that's why I'm like, I think it's time to write things down. So let me get my notepad. Hold on, because I have a very specific notepad for this, and I'm going to fucking use it because I never actually found the time to use this guy, and I'm going to now. If I can find it. Where did I put that notepad? Oh, it's in my bag. Wait a minute. 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 I have a better one. I don't want to use my journal because my journal is only for planning. Oh. Man, it's whenever I want to do things, I can't find shit. I just try to put it on one drawer. Let's see. Let's try to put it here. Aha! Got it. My journal. Hold on. Okay. With the talk about The Last of Us, I feel like I forced hate it because I never played it, but hearing you talk about it really concerns me more about if they really deserve a Game Award. They don't. I'm gonna be for real. They don't. Like, I don't believe in the story writing in the second one. The first one I would 100% give it awards, because it's one of the most like groundbreaking like storytellings in both video games and story in a while. But if I was to tell you it was a good game, no, because the game is a movie. It is all a show, and that is perfectly fine. It captured a lot of people. It was amazing when it came out on PS3. It was one of the most like beautiful, groundbreaking PS3 games ever, even in 30 frames. It's a shock that Naughty Dog made the game that they did, and it looked and worked as good as it did. And when the PS4 version came out, it was even better, because it was in 60, it was in better quality, and all that hard work that you see on the PS3 version elevated on the PS4. That was fine. When the second 2 came out, it was like a pandemic. It was a poison, full of remasters and remakes and re-releases that just... No. I did not like 2. And I don't think 2 deserves all that. Alan Wake 2, if you were to tell me it was going to get awards, I would believe you. Because Alan Wake 2 is a better sequel than The Last of Us 2. If we're going to talk about horror, like real scares and horror, Alan Wake 2 deserves that. But not Last of Us 2. I don't think so. The writing was all over the place. The writing, the characters didn't feel like the characters that we knew. The only thing that was good was just gameplay. Like, you know, the stealth sections were good. The way you craft the stuff is good. The way the gun sounds, like the core element of game is good. Just, I'm not gonna tell you that the story is good at all. Now I need a pencil. Cool. I think the top 3 games PlayStation 1 for me is Silent Hill 1, Tekken 3, and Crash Bandicoot. I like that. I think that's a good top 3. It's a fun top 3, honestly. I do think it partially deserves in a few aspects, but not like 10 that got 2 at the Game Awards. No, definitely not. Like, bless you, thank you, Tiana. Like, I don't know, it just didn't. It did not vibe with me at all. With the way the Game Awards just threw stuff at The Last of Us 2. I think Last of Us 2 got awards because there were no games during COVID times that came out in 2020. Let's fact check, shall we? Because we saw last year's Game Awards and there were a lot more games that were out than the Game Awards gave credit to. There were a lot of games that deserved awards but didn't get it. And it's just like, something's off, man. Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Doom Eternal. Let's look at games that came out in 2020. Alright. Trying to remember what else was there. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot, but they still made Last of Us 2 such a big deal. And that's the issue with the Game Awards. There were so many games out there, yet we are primarily focused on like a few. Cyberpunk 2077 came out in 2020, but we all know why that didn't get an award on launch. Last of Us Part 2, 2020. Ghost of Tsushima, 2020. That should have had more awards. Genshin Impact, 2020. Oh god. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, 2020. I'm not touching that with the 10-foot pole. I will talk about my Assassin's Creed discourse later. Spider-Man Miles Morales, 2020. Ooh. Ooh, that stings a little bit. A little bit. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I believe that deserved more awards. Watch Dogs Legion. Ooh. I'm not getting on that topic either. I don't think that's a good one either. Mafia Definitive Edition. As a remake, probably one of the best remakes I've ever seen in my life. Marvel's Avengers. And we know why that's bad. The Dark Pictures Little Hope. That is by the people that made Until Dawn. I don't care. Resident Evil 3. That's a remake. That doesn't really do anything for me. It's a good game. Just not a good remake. Nor does it do enough that changes from the... It does less than the original than it does in the remake, which is so weird. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Top 10. Top 10. Top 10. Top 1. Top 1. The best game. Best game. Like a Dragon. Yakuza. That should have been... Oh my god. Oh my god, that's the game. That's the game for me. Holy crap. Demon Souls, the PS5 was in 2020. Ooh. That did not get that many awards. Well, I think it's a good game. It was just what you see. The same game, but pretty. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, 2020. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I forgot, but they still made... Yeah, no. They were playing there. I got Cyberpunk the deluxe physical copy for $25 like a week after it came out. And you get a free update with the PS5 version anyway. Which they did fix a lot of the bugs and issues that Cyberpunk did have at launch. So, overall, like, that is actually a steal that you got Cyberpunk the way it did. Because it only got better. It only got better, and you did not need to pay an update at all for it to be better. It just got better on its own. Astro's Playroom, I think, was also 2020. Yeah, but that wasn't a big game. That was a good game, but not a big game. I think major games 2020, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Like a Dragon, but somehow Last of Us 2 got so many awards. Fall Guys, course, was 2020. I would believe you if Fall Guys was a fun multiplayer game. Doom Eternal 2020. I have issues with Doom Eternal, but I will get on that when we stream Doom at one point. Maybe one of these months I will, because those games aren't long. Omori. Ooh, yeah, baby. Omori is such a good indie game. Oh my god, that shit. Oh man. Yeah, no, Omori got to me. Sucks that the developer is a piece of shit. Now. Half-Life Alyx. Do we remember what the hell that game is? It's a VR game. Who cares? Predator Hunting Grounds. Oof, I don't care about that. Sackboy Big Adventure was 2020? I wish I had awards. NBA 2K21. Nah. At Dead of Night. I don't know what the hell that is. A horror game. Alright, who cares? Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That was 2020? Damn. Boss multiplayer 2020. I mean, that's a given, I guess. Grounded, I don't know what the hell that is. The Complex, I don't know what that is. Astro's Playthrough, we know what that is. Fast and Furious Crossroad, that failed. The Walking Dead Onslaught, that sucked. Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, it wasn't a remake. It was only an HD. It was only an HD remaster, not a remake, so it failed. What? Valorant. Oh fuck. That was 2020. Delete that from my head. Phasmophobia. Delete that from my head. Ori and the Will of the Wisp was 2020. Oh my god, that deserved an award. Immortals Phoenix Rising. Shit, that was before Days Gone. That's crazy. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. That was 2020. It took you 5 years for a third and fourth game. Jesus Christ, man. I don't think it deserves Game of the Year, but it's definitely a good one. Hatsune Miku Color for Stage. That's a mobile game. Who cares? World of Warcraft. Who cares? Star Wars Squadrons. Actually a good dogfighting game. And what I mean by dogfighting, I mean like freaking space combat, air combat, like ace combat kind of crap. Like it's a good one, but that's not going to be on everyone's radar. I think it's an underrated story experience. I think it's just really good. Call of Duty Warzone. Who cares? Free to play. Neo 2. Fuck, that game is hard. Neo 2 is like really, really hard. You got beef and Phasmophobia. I just don't care for those kinds of games. Ultra Kill, really crazy game. If you like Doom, like classic Doom, it's kind of dope, but it's okay. So it's why partially took years to get 3 or 4. Yeah. Jurassic World Aftermath. Who cares? It's a VR game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Cool concept. Ran like butt. Dropping frame rates and all that crap. Could have been better on a Switch 2. Fall Guys 2020. Cool. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. What a missed opportunity, because it could have been a better game, but it was just story, and that's okay, I guess. That's whatever. Red Dead Online. Who cares? Sonic Omens. That's a mod. That's not an actual real game. Get that out of my face. Saints Row the Third Remastered. It was okay. You dropped a lot of the personality and the art style that the original has, so it just doesn't work. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. I don't know what that game is, so who cares? Loading the rest. Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Oh, an expansion to a multiplayer game. Who cares? Minecraft Dungeons. Who cares? Maneater. A shark game where you are a shark and you eat people and you break stuff. Cool. Crash Bandicoot 4 was 2020 and that wasn't given awards. I'm gonna fight people. Persona 5 Strikers can go to hell. The Banana Split Sloppy Nights. What the fuck is that? Is that a... it's a murder mystery game. Okay, cool. That's a bad name, though. Crash 4 was in 2020. It's kind of crazy. Legend of Runeterra. League of Legends game. Who cares? Mountain Blade 2. Who cares? Slice Adventure 2. Oh, my God. Friday Night Funkin' was 2020? I disagree. I felt like that was around forever. Ghost Runner. Oh, that's a really good game. Definitely, like... It's a first-person hack-and-slash runner. It's really good. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Cool. Wasteland 3. I don't know what the hell that is. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Rehydrated. That was 2020. Remake. I didn't care. A lot of people that grew up with it did. So good for you. Kingdom Hearts Melody and Memory. A Kingdom Hearts rhythm game. It could go either like great or bad. It also has multiplayer. So again, great or bad. I don't really know who that was for. I liked it. It was okay. Mafia 3 Definitive Edition. They didn't need to remake it as much, so it was just kind of like a PS4 version of what was already out with all the DLCs, so cool. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, a remake of the 3DS and the Wii game that came out beforehand. It's now on Switch, 2020. I don't think they were gonna give awards to Xenoblade Chronicles anyway. Control, the Alan Wake Experience expansion. Cool. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners sucked. Goosebumps Dead of Night sucked. Hades 2, I don't know what the hell that is. Third-person puzzle shooter with a sexy character. I'm alright. I'm pretty sure it's for someone. FIFA 21, who cares? Medal of Honor, oof. Bugsnax, that was 2020. Oh yeah, that was a launch title for the PS5. That's funny. Bugsnax is created by the developers that made Octodad, so I think one day I'm gonna look at that. Troll Hunters, who cares? Kids game. Twin Mirror, who cares? 13, ooh, bad remake. Who cares? The Henry Stickmin collection. Henry Stickmin, Jesus, I feel old just reading that out loud. Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. Mike hates it. I love it. It was stupid. Not gonna get any awards. I get it. Destroy All Humans remake. That was funny. Paradise Killer. I don't know. Crusader Kings. I don't know. Solasta. No. Monster Prom 2. No. Deep Rock. No. Murder House. I played that game. That was a fun one. That I like that one. That wasn't gonna get any awards. What are you talking about? Spiritfarer, no. Shady Part of Me, no. Cloudpunk, no. Yandere Simulator, dead. Fallout 76, dead. There is no game. Wrong dimension. That's a funny one. Journey to the Savage Planet, underrated. Good indie game. Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy. I don't know what the fuck. Sonic.exe. That's not a real game. Beyond and Steel Sky. No Straight Roads. No Straight Roads. Such a good game. Guilty Gear Tactics, bad. Madden NFL 21. Guilty Gear came out in 2018, I believe. Hold on. '21, might be. Came out 2021, so it was gonna be there. I don't know if it got awards though. I genuinely don't know. It should have best animation, but it does. I don't think it does. It's a fighting game that that actually like changed how you should animate fighting games, and oh my god. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate 2020, cool. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, that was not a 2020 game, but that's a good freaking version. My Hero One's Justice 2 2020, cool. Plants vs Zombie 3, that was 2020. Jesus Christ. Amnesia Rebirth, good for you. Control Foundation, that's another Control expansion. Helltaker, that definitely took over the internet for a while. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, woo. One Punch Man, woo. Samurai Jack, oh. Warframe expansion, Serious Sam 4, wow. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, pretty good. Trials of Mana, that should have gotten something because that was a pretty game, but it was an anime game, so who cares. The new Legend of Condor Heroes, I don't know what the hell that is. Battletoads, that ain't winning no awards. Honestly, I'm now starting to realize there was definitely no competition. Resident Evil Resistance, oh yeah, no, there was no competition. I think I see what the Game Awards had to deal with. It's kind of hard. The Mafia Trilogy, Rogue Company, Legend of Heroes, yeah, that wasn't gonna get any awards. Haven, that was definitely not gonna have any awards. I definitely wish Streets of Rage 4 was gonna get awards because that's my favorite beat 'em up. The Division 2, oh hell no. Call of the Sea, nope. Dreams, that actually should have gotten something because Dreams is a way for you to actually make and create your own games. So technically, like, it's a really good game depending on what creator you play it from, but Shin Megami Tensei 3 2020, ooh, not gonna get any awards, I know that. Super Mario 3D All Stars, ain't no way we gonna get awards with a fucking package. Speaking of Sonic, Paper Mario the Origami King, that's definitely not winning awards. No, hell no. And Captain Tsubasa, whew, no. Yeah, it is getting tough. Damn, there weren't that many stuff. The Outer Worlds Pearl of Gorgon, that was Outer World. That's an Outer Worlds expansion. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot expansions. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, that ain't winning anything because it's Pirate Warriors. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, I think that was a really good game, but that wasn't gonna get anything. Just Dance 2021, of course. I'm sad Dreams didn't get any new updates on PS5 version. I think it deserves that. Yeah, Dreams should have gotten something. 2020 in terms of games generally sound like a mixed bag. Yeah, it seems like it. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Oh, we were in a bad timeline, y'all. We were Godfall. All right, yeah, no, 2020 was bad. 2020 was pretty rough, bro. Ninjala was 2020. Ain't no way, bro. Hatsune Miku Project Diva Mega Deluxe. Chex Quest HD, Fairy Tail, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, I ain't winning nothing. Neptunia Reverse, ain't no way. G.I. Joe Operation Blackout, Deadly Premonition 2 was 2020? God, I'm old. I remember when I did that stream. I think Banana Rumble HD was also 2020. I haven't found anything. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. I ain't winning awards. That's a DLC update, not a game. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a Wii U game that got transported into the Switch, so nope, that doesn't count. Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. It's just an update, not award worthy. Oh, yeah. Under Night In-Birth EXE late CLR. That, you know, I would have given it an award. That's the new one. Yeah. Coffee Talk. I love Coffee Talk. That should have gotten something. That was just Rebirth 1 ported over PS5. Oof. Yeah, that's not winning anything. Kendagawa Jet Girls. Oh, Jesus Christ. MLB The Show 20. Wolfenstein Alt History Collection. That's a collection, not a new game. Golf with Your Friends. That's honestly one of the best party games I've ever played. Moving Out. Another party game that was really good with your friends. Road Legacy 2. That's a good indie game right there. Zonky Zero. That's a good anime game, but I ain't winning nothing. Umuragi Generation. Oh my god, that's a photograph game where you actually have you actually get to learn about the city and the world that you're in by photographing everything and just take photo shoots. It's just a photographer's game. It's a really, really good game. I ain't winning anything. It's an indie game. Pumpkin Jack, pretty good, but indie game. Not gonna get anything. Kirby Fighters 2, fighting game. Not gonna get anything. Lord have mercy on my soul. Warhammer 40,000. I have no idea what the hell that game's about. Old. I remember us buying Monster Hunter 4 as teenagers. We are old, doll. Mama. I just turned 28. This ain't helping. Soma 2020? Soma's not a 2020 game. Was it? I feel like I've heard of that game forever, since like high school. Kirby Fighters 2 also being a pretty small scale digital game, so nothing special. Yeah, no. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, did you see the DLC with Demon Realm Daima? Yeah, I did. Neon Abyss, not gonna get anything. A Summer's End, not gonna get anything. Nope. The Pedestrian, that's a 2D puzzle platformer. That's good, not award worthy. Smash Legends, I was disappointed with that game. Fruit Ninja 2, what the fuck is a Fruit Ninja 2? Shadow Fight 4 Arena, ooh, wow. Oh my god. There's so much nothing. There is so much nothing. Can we talk about how Multiverses got awards and it died? When King of Fighters 15 lost to that? It's... I would fight or flight. I'm gonna be 29 this year, dude. That's kind of why I'm setting my foundation on my career. That's why I'm set being a teacher. I'm really happy about it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. I would give that many awards. I love that game. Damn it. I got nothing. Fitness Boxing 2? Oh, shit. That's actually pretty good. Going Under? Oh, I love that game. That's a really good roguelike. Not getting any awards. Noodles! Raid! How's it going, Noodles? How was stream? Hello to the Raiders. What's going on, guys? How was stream? What's happening? What you guys got to do? We're just talking shit. We're just talking a whole bunch of shit. Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games 2020. I forgot about that. Calico was also 2020. Dying Light Hell Raid is a DLC, so no, that doesn't count. That wouldn't get any awards. Stream was bad. Wow, that's crazy. Hurt yourself after that shutdown. Yeah, Multiverses was fun, but makes me want to not trust WB Online games again. Oh, I don't think it was fun. I think it was just a mess, and then Multiverses just like shut down. Also, my glasses broke. I'm really fucking upset. I literally tossed it to the pillow and it just snapped. I don't even know what to do about that, like, at all. I'm gonna get new pairs of glasses later. But that's, if you're noticing why I don't have glasses, this is why. It's gone. It's dead. I'm in so much pain. Go with 15 should have won best fighting game. Yeah, stream was really fun. Me and my friend played a way out. Oh, that co-op game that just made Split Fiction, I believe. Yeah, no, that's a good game. That's a fun one. Okay, so right now we are talking. We were talking about top 10s, and then we just diverted into the Game Awards. And honestly, we were just talking shit about 2020, and then I realized, oh my god, 2020 had like no games. No games at all. It's ridiculous. At least Tekken 8 won against Multiverses when it showed up the second time. Yeah, it would. It should. Tekken 8 is a way better game than Multiverses ever could be. There was a lot of drama behind Multiverses. I mentioned Tony was a scam and rude to his employees. Yeah, there's more to that too, and it's just like, I'm not gonna get into that. So, top 10. I'm gonna go over a list of top 10 PlayStation games because oh my god, I didn't know what I didn't know what to tell you on what my favorite PS1 game was. What is my favorite PS1 game of all time? I couldn't even tell you. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna make a list right now so that I can like just finalize my feelings on that, because like I'm a Sony kid, like through and through, and the fact that I couldn't even tell you like what my favorite would be, and if I was to recommend it, what would I recommend, I got nothing. So I figured I'd just go over the list of games that came out on the PS1 that I played on the top of my head. I'm just gonna be writing them down, and I don't it's in no particular order. We're gonna break down what Sony game, at least from the PS1 era, that I can tell you is my number one. So we're gonna have a top 10. I'll just say which PlayStation games would be top 10. Yeah, you can make arguments for a lot of PlayStation games, which is the hardest part, but I have a specific few that I can tell you that like, okay, it wouldn't be the obvious ones. Like my top 10 would not, it would not be Gran Turismo because it doesn't count for me, because I just got into Gran Turismo recently, but it wouldn't be my top 10. I'm talking about stuff from my childhood, like Crash, Spyro, freaking Spider-Man, some fighting games like Tekken 3, Klonoa, Tomba, like some of the weird ones. So I'm just gonna write names down and from the top of my head and just go for it. That's why I mentioned 2020 didn't have games. I mean, there's games, but I think Last of Us 2, pretty much the GTA era of 2020. That's funny to me. I feel like there were more games that were out that time, but holy crap, with the amount of games that's there, it's just like, okay. Let's go through the list. The only PlayStation games I played back then was Crash Trilogy, Spyro 1, 3, Tony Hawk, Yu-Gi-Oh, Spider-Man, Unjammer Lammy, and Bourbon. I played Parappa, I played Ape Escape. They would definitely be up there. But I'm trying to, like, what is the number one for me? Like, my favorite game that I would always go back to and fall in love with the game like all over again. Like, you ever have that? You ever have like a game that you just fall in love? Definitely not Metal Gear Solid. It's not Metal Gear Solid. That's not my number one. Why that's not my number one is because that game is not a game. It's Metal Gear Solid is what made cinematics. Metal Gear Solid is what made video games as movies. Metal Gear Solid is the first example of like, this is how far back we can make games into movies, and it would not be. Metal Gear Solid would not be my number one. So, from the top of my head, when I think of PlayStation, I think of Ape Escape. Alright. I can't say for you Castlevania. Nope. For one reason only. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is my favorite game, but it's not my number one. I beat the game front and back. Did the end game, did the new game plus, did everything. I love that game. But why is it not my number one? Because it's a game you finish once and you never do it again. Never do it again. Ever. The only Castlevania where I would play it all over again is Dracula X. Dracula X has the music, has the levels, has the monsters, the vibes, the game. Like, that's the classic Castlevania game I would play over and over and over again, with tons of secrets, tons of different the levels that interchange, and you can go through an entirely new level that you've never gone through before. The replayability is amazing. Just not Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night is the game where you just kind of play it once and you're done. The first Bioshock is my one game I play over and over again. That is completely fair. That I completely understand. Ape Escape, Tomba, Klonoa. I love Klonoa. I actually really had a fun time with Klonoa. I need to finish Klonoa 2. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 specifically. 2 is the one that I started with, and it was really fun. But would I put that as my number one? Definitely not. It would probably be a top 10, but not, or top 20, but not my number one. Toy Story 2? Not my number one, and I played that on Dreamcast, funny enough. But I could put, I can put that in. Cause it's still a Sony game. But Toy Story 2 would not be my number one. If I'm gonna be, okay, so we're not doing sequels, alright? It's one game from the sequels. So if I'm gonna pick a Crash game, it's Crash 3. Because that's the one that I played growing up. That is the Crash game that made me fall in love with platformers. And that was the game as a kid that I would play over and over and over and over again, because it was so fun. I liked the level designs. I did the time trials. It was so freaking fun. Spiral 3 is also the game that I played as a kid. I did not play the first ones first. I played all the games. I played it at their end. So Spiral 3 would be up there as my favorite games of all time. Spider-Man 1. Now, Spiral 3 was my jam. First off, you put a dragon on a skateboard, you already won. You already fucking won. Spider-Man 1, not Spider-Man 2 Inter Electro. Inter Electro fucking sucked! Sucked! Oh my god, that airplane level. And the level designs. Oh my god. The boss fight, it just all sucked. Sucked. So Spider-Man 1. For the PS1. Thinking. Played that as a kid. Parasite Eve. Imagine you are 8 years old. You have a PS1, and your mom had this neighbor that was just selling PS1 games, right? And your mom decides to get the games in there because it was just PS1. She didn't think nothing of it. And you get this one game called Parasite Eve. And you put it on, and the first 5 minutes you see when you got your new PS1 game, because it has, first off, it's a really cool art style. All right, it's the Tetsuya Nomura art style. It's the Final Fantasy VII. That was my first exposure to Tetsuya Nomura, which was Parasite Eve, and it was awesome. I was really attracted to the art style. That was my first Tetsuya Nomura art before I saw Kingdom Hearts 1. Well, Kingdom Hearts 2. So, you play it, the first 5 minutes you see the game, you're in a theater. You're on a date with your boyfriend, and you are a woman that gives no fucks and stands her fucking ground. She is the bitch, alright? She is the one that you do not mess with, and the one you give respect. And you go on this date, you go in the theater, and it's a play, so it's an opera. And the second you get in, the second you get into the story, it is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Everyone's on fire. You see all the people burning and dying, and you're just like, oh my god, what is going on? What is happening? PS1 games can be freaking dark. Meant over and over again. Meant hill, not evil. Ah, fair. And you just see like people burn, like getting their skins burned off, and it's just like that scene, that opening scene alone just blew my mind. And then you get to the fight, and it's just like, oh my god, I turned off the game. I was fucking scarred, dude. And then the next day, I'm just like, I'm too curious. We should bring that back, but with PS7. Yes. So, oh my god, Mega Man Legends! Oh my god, Mega Man Legends! Oh my god, Mega Man Legends! Oh, that's so unfair. I think Legends would have to be... Shit! Legends 1 or 2 is what... 2. It's 2. It's 2. It's 2. It's 2. It's 2. There's a reason why it's 2. I'm gonna explain that in a bit. This is... I think now there's gonna be a fight between the top 3, because Legends is such a freaking like game for me. I had 1 and 2 as a kid, and I really love those games. I'm so mad that I didn't even think about Mega Man Legends when I was thinking about my top 1 yesterday. So yeah, no, Parasite Eve was this game that it just keeps bringing me back in, and then you start getting into the game mechanics, and I find out, oh my god, it's an RPG. It's a shooter RPG. There is no RPG like it. You have this sphere grid, you open it up, and now you have targets, you have a gun. I was like, this is so cool. So then you dodge fireballs and projectiles. It's everything is at a decent pace. It's really sweet. And it's not as scary as I thought. And then you get into the next cutscene, where you find out about the mitochondria, and we figure out like, what do you do with mitochondria when it's on animals and people. And oh my god, you see this little rat that just has his cells. You go inside his fucking eye, you see the cells like morphing and transforming, and then you see his body changing, opening up. You see his skin just ripping apart and becoming this morphed animal, this beast, and it grows in size. It's huge, and its mouth is deformed, and its eye sockets are hanging off. It's just like, oh my god. Turned it off again. Turned it the fuck off again. I was so mortified, bro. Then I get back in on the next day, and it's just like that stuff. It's just like, it gets in your head, man. You're a kid. You're not supposed to be seeing these fucking things. My mom doesn't know that I'm going through this stuff. So a Mega Man Legends collection would be nice. It would. I played 4 games over and over on PS1, Marvel's Capcom 1, Silent Hill 1, Tekken 3, and Mega Man Legends 2. Yeah. PS8. Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 ever get remastered or port, I will blow up. Same here. What is the most scariest game on PS1 you ever played enough to shut the game out for a bit? That's Parasite Eve. It's Parasite Eve, bro. I would probably consider to get that if they did. Yeah, I would too. I mean, I would get that day one. Parasite Eve scared the hell out of me. Parasite Eve is the RPG that was very unique, very different. The vibes were amazing. It was centered in New York on Christmas. The vibes were immaculate. The piano music, the synthesis, the freaking techno music. It was, you don't understand, bro. So by the time I got to play more Parasite Eve, I grew up, played it, 100%ed it, played it 6 times, dude. I played it 3 times on PS1 when I had the 3 disc, I believe. I think it's either 2 or 3 disc. I would have to double fact check on that. And then I got a PSP and a Vita where I bought Parasite Eve again for $10 on the PSN. Thank God for the PSV days, where you got to play a lot of PS1 games on the go. And oh my god, I played it 3 more fucking times because it was so amazing to have that kind of game on the go. And that's where like portability really got into my head, and portability is important. Important, bro. You want to cut off so much grind time wearing headphones on the train. You want to waste time. You want to just freaking make time go faster. That's what I did. Especially on school time, on high school time, and at middle school time. Oh my god. Bar none. It's why I like the Game Boy. And when you put that kind of experience, the PlayStation 1, PS2 on the go, and then the Vita being a PS3 kind of portable on the go stuff, Parasite Eve became one of the games that's just like I would play it over and over again if I had to. I would play it over and over again, like how people would play Resident Evil. It's just that kind of game for me. It is just such a vibes game. I would definitely put that on like a top 5. So Parasite Eve has to be on there. Mega Man Legends 2. Oh, I will get onto that later, but we're gonna have to keep going with more games here. Okay, so Ape Escape, Tone Buck, Lenoa, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, Toy Story 2, Crash 3, Spyro 3, Spider-Man PS1, Parasite Eve, Mega Man Legends 2. What else is there? Ridge Racer Type 4. Oh my god. That's another game that I would play over and over and over again. I freaking love that game. I'm not putting Crash Team Racing because I still count that as like a Crash game. It is a good game, but I never played it for real, where you play it with friends until the PS4 remake, where I actually did get to play that with friends over and over and over, and it's definitely one of my favorite games, but not as a PS1 game, sadly. More of a PS4 game. Let me like Bloody Roar 2. Bloody Roar 2. Tekken 3. Parappa the Rappa. Yeah, I'm putting that on there. I love Parappa. And I'm going to keep it as Parappa the Rappa. And it has to be games that I beat. It has to be games that I beat. Not A Bug's Life. I actually played A Bug's Life. That one is fun. Bum 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 bum. What else? I had Casper. I'm gonna put on Castlevania Symphony of the Night, just for the fact that it is a good game. I just wouldn't it's not in my top 10. Curious to me, they bring back icons and games on TV shows. Still no sign their games. Nah, yeah. Nah, yeah. I know. Chocobo Racing? No, definitely not. Chrono Trigger! I never beat it, so I can't put that up there. Clock Tower! I did beat that one. That one's a good conversation, actually. I like Clock Tower. That's another horror game, but it didn't scare me. But it did, I did like it a lot. I like the story. I think it's interesting. The mystery, the horror aspects behind it. That was my first point-and-click game. Dino Crisis! Which of the Resident Evils I like the most? The first one or the second one? Shit, that's hard. I think I like the first one more. I only like the first one more because of the I love the bad voice acting. I love the way it's designed. I love the mansion. I don't think I like Resident Evil 2 as much as I like the first one. The second one, I think is a better game. I just don't care for the story nor for the characters all that much. Like, Leon's a cool character. I just like Chris in the classic setting, at least. I'm gonna put Resident Evil. So like the difference between Resident Evil and Dino Crisis is literally because those are different franchises. That's not the same franchise. Similar gameplay, but very different games. He became a forest sandwich. Yeah. Oh my god, Croc! Croc and the Legend of Gobos, however you want to say it. I love Croc. That was one of my like earliest childhood games too. Oh my god, if it was not Crash, it was Croc. Now that's an actual like game from Sony. Never played Croc, but Croc is a genuine just like good time. This is a good time. This is a very, very nice time. I like that game. Yeah, I know. Croc Remastered is coming, yeah. Oh. Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive 1. Dead or Alive 1 is really, really fun. And it was before a lot of things happened with it. But Dead or Alive 1 is actually one of my favorites. I didn't play that as a kid, but I did play that during my high school days. And goddamn, that was a fun one. With an Xbox. Yeah, they remade it. They definitely remade it. But the first one, I just like the aesthetics more. The music was way better too. I don't know, something about that PS1 graphics. Something about it. It's just charming. I did not want to include this, but I think that this is a fun conversation. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. Because I owned that as a kid, and I played a lot of it. It's a bad fighting game that I know how to play. Like, ooh, buddy. Ultimate Battle 22. Where was 21 and the rest? I couldn't tell you. Let's see here. I did not play Earthworm Jim, so no. I did not play Dynasty Warriors, which was actually a fighting game back then. Before it became like a Muso game. So that it has a really interesting history, but not in my top 10. Hot Shots Golf. I did not play that until now, so that doesn't count for me. Ooh, the Final Fantasy topic. Okay, alright. Out of every Final Fantasy on the PS1 that I loved Hot Shots Golf. I love Hot Shots Golf in the PS2 and the PS3 era, and now the PS4. But I never played it on the PS1. Now, this... okay, alright. Deep cut conversation. I do not like the OG Final Fantasy VII. Not because of the remake. Nope. And not because the story is bad or anything like that. I just don't care for the OG Final Fantasy VII. I played it, but I liked Crisis Core more. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is my Final Fantasy VII. OG Final Fantasy VII is just not for me. Cloud as a character, I don't... even as a kid, I don't like stories where the character is essentially you. The person, the player. The player that's controlling the game. I don't like those stories. I don't like the fact that your main character, who is actually sentient and actually has emotions and feelings, how could you, Dandy? Just kidding. Yeah, don't worry about it. And Cloud is like, I get it. Cloud has amnesia, so he has an excuse to be that. But no, he still has emotions. He still has feelings. He still has stuff behind his confused brain of his that no, there is something in there. And the fact that I'm controlling him and I'm making his choices does not correlate to how the storytelling needs to be for that character. Whether you want to make him a jackass or a nice person is up to you, and I honestly don't give a shit. That's not the Cloud I liked. The remake does it better because yes, Cloud now has his own personality and shit like that, but I wouldn't even put the remake in that high regard for myself. Zack is a character that I look up to, respect, love, adore, would cry for, and literally would just everything for him. He is one of my favorite characters of all time and one of the best persons of all time. While Zack actually cares for a lot of his friends and actually does stuff for them, and his friends revolve around him, Cloud doesn't do much within that regard. A lot of his friends just like him just for the fact that they like him. He barely speaks, and yet people gravitate towards him, which I honestly don't understand. I just don't. I really don't. The characters are very well done and well written. I am not as connected to them. And Final Fantasy VII just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work. Final Fantasy VIII is not my favorite Final Fantasy. But Leon has his own character. He actually does stuff. He actually reacts and do things. And it's cool. I just don't think it has a good story. I think Laguna is a better character than Leon, or Squall, however you want to call him. I only knew him as Leon because of Kingdom Hearts 1. Final Fantasy IX is a way better game. Vaughn? No, not Vaughn. What's his name? I forgot his name. Vaughn is Final Fantasy 11. I do like the remake and rebirth a lot more than the original. Which, yeah, no, that makes sense. It makes sense because it's we have, first off, it's a whole new story, and if you like the original story more, then you have the original. For me, it's just not up there. It like either remake or original. I like going through it. I think it's a fun game. It's just not my preferred game of all time. I think Final Fantasy X you wasn't too crazy about. 10, no. But that's a PS2 game, not 9. Zidane's a better character. Zidane has way more personality, actually does stuff for everybody. Like, dude, Zidane is so fucking cool. Everyone complements each other as characters. But that's the 3D era. What about the classic era from 1 through 6? I would have to argue that those games are SNES games. Technically NES games. So it's like, as PS1 games, they do work. They really do. If I was to pick one of the classics, I would immediately pick 4. Because it's a really good game. It's not only a really good RPG, but it's also really good storytelling. One of the most darkest and heartbreaking storytelling. Before freaking 7 was the darkest and heartbreaking storytelling. Same thing with 6. Like, I feel like 7 just gets so catered to too much. Honestly, you know what? Fuck that. If I was going to make a top 10, Final Fantasy 9 is going to be in there. Final Fantasy 9 specifically because I love the fantasy setting. The actual fantasy setting. Not the futuristic fantasy. Actual medieval fantasy. With funny character designs. Great music. Awesome cinematics, cool RPG mechanics where you have team attacks and stuff like that, and transformations. Like, Final Fantasy IX just has the whole package. It is such a good time. I would put Final Fantasy IX over a lot of these games. So we're just gonna do that. Hold on, let me get my water. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut on that one. Final Fantasy Tactics? Nope. I got 9. Just haven't played it yet. It's a good game. If I was to say best PS1 game that I can recommend, it would be Final Fantasy 9. But if you want to play the classic that everyone talks about, you can play 7. But you know what's the problem with a game that everyone talks about? You probably already know how Final Fantasy 7 goes. You probably know how that story goes. You probably got spoiled. You probably understand why it's considered the best. But then it wouldn't be your favorite because you didn't experience that. You're following what everyone is following. You're following everyone else's favorites. If you were at a time where there was no internet and you could not know about these things, Final Fantasy VII would probably be your favorite game. But for me, it's not, because it's not a game that I actually grew and discovered with. It's a lot of games that a lot of people grew and discovered with and actually had that impact on why that Aerith scene happened. But no one's talking about anything else but that. So I'm putting 9 up there for me, especially because it's a game that I actually grew to discover, understood the story, got to find out everything on my own without anybody talking about it, and have fun with it. And it has a lot of cool mechanics added into it that is not in Final Fantasy VII, and it has a lot of good foundations, and just, it's a good game. It's a good game. Would it be my number 1 game? No, but it would be my top 10. It would definitely be up there. Let's see. I guess Final Fantasy VII, that was my first RPG Final Fantasy game, and I love it. That's fair. And that is completely fine. Like, I understand why it would be a lot of people's favorites. It's just, it wouldn't be for me because I played it at a time where the internet was there, YouTube was there, and I didn't know about Final Fantasy VII. I didn't know about Final Fantasy until after Kingdom Hearts. So around the Vita time, like 2010, 2011, way past the 90s, I played Final Fantasy VII, and it didn't hit me as much as a lot of people did because I already knew what happened. I already knew what happened. I already knew what was going to happen. I already knew what was going on, and I didn't grow attached to the characters any more than how people were explaining it. So it's like, this, it failed. It just failed. It just failed for me because of how loud people are for their games. And it's one of those things where it's just like, how loud you are is what's going to ruin the games for you sometimes. And Final Fantasy IX became that game that is like, this is way better. It is well written, it is beautiful, and I don't have to hear people talk about it. So it's going to be my underrated, like, underdog best game for PS1. And that's just specific for PS1. And now, and that came out of PS1, so it'll count in this list. And it's now widely available for anybody to play, from phone to consoles to portables. It doesn't matter where. Go play it. When Uprising was a case I avoided spoilers. You mean Kid Icarus? And when I played it, it made me love and appreciate it in my own time. I still love Uprising. I played it before people talked about it. It was a really good time. But after that, I went from Final Fantasy VII to Final Fantasy X. I didn't enjoy 10. I did not enjoy 10 at all. No. But I like Final Fantasy X too. I like Final Fantasy 2. But that's the PS2 list. We're looking at the PS1 list. And I'm not going for, like, the best PlayStation game of all time considered by many. No, this is my PlayStation of all time. Like, I just want to talk about, like, what I consider impacted me as a person, impacted me as a kid growing up, and then how I play video games nowadays. I played Gran Turismo, but I didn't play it as a kid, so I'm not putting it on this list. It is a good game, but it's not my game that actually, like, impacted me. Grandia. I didn't beat Grandia, so I'm not putting it on this list. The Grinch! I'm not putting it on the top 10, but damn, that's a conversation, because I did play that. I own that. Guilty Gear, I didn't experience that on PlayStation, so I'm not putting that there. Heart of Darkness. Oh, Jesus. I watched it, but I did not play it, so I'm not putting it on there. What's another game? What is another game? We got Mega Man Legends. We got Parasite Eve, Dino Crisis, Resident Evil 1, Ape Escape, Tomba, Klonoa. Like, these are all most of the games that I've played growing up. I did not play Jumping Flash. I did not play any of the King of Fighters games or Kingsfield, no. Shit, I did play Land Before Time and Bugs Bunny, but I wouldn't put that as my top 10. If I haven't played it again, or even remembered it, I wouldn't even put that. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? Okay, so did they put Metal Gear Solid? Metal Gear Solid, yeah. Let's put that in. MGS. Funny enough, I do remember playing A Land Before Time on PS1. Oh my god, I'm going to really call out my age here. Tigger. Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. There was a Tigger game. Hold on. Was it the movie? This one impacted me so much as a kid. What was that game? What was that game? That was a game I played as a kid over and over again because it was just such a good platformer and so nice and cuddly. I'll be honest, Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and X-Men vs. Street Fighter are the most popular played 90s games. Yeah, but the Tigger's Honey Hunt. That one's so cute. Not a top 10, but a game that really impacted me as a kid. And it's one of my favorites growing up. The thing is, like, the PS1 versions for the Marvel games are completely different than the arcade games. Like, I wouldn't even put that up there. Like, I would say those games are arcade games, and that's a entirely different list. Like, I put Tekken 3 on there because, like, a lot of people played Tekken 3. That and Soul Blade. Soul Blade. Was it Soul Blade? No, it was Soul Blade. Yeah, no, it was Soul Blade. It was Soul Blade first. I love that game. Ace Combat 3. Oh my god, Ace Combat 3 is so cool. I didn't play Hercules. Ace Combat 3 was made by the people that also made Ridge Racer, and it was so cool. Wait, does it count? Does it count if I put Mega Man 8 and Mega Man X4? Those are different games. But, well, no, they are different. They are different. They're from different timelines, different characters, different gameplays. Because Legends is 3D. X and 8 are both 2D, but they control completely different, and they are different Mega Mans. You know what? They are a big part of my childhood, so I'm going to have to put Mega Man X4. X4. Mega Man 8. They could count. If I was to say Mega Man X4, 5, and 6, that'd be like, no. And first off, 6 sucks. And 5, I have a lot of issues with. Pac-Man was also a PlayStation exclusive, though. I like 2 more. Yeah, I said Mega Man PS1 days were amazing before PS1's era was over. Yeah, I was. I didn't play Medieval growing up, so no, I'm not putting that in there. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Slug. I didn't play it on PS1. I actually played that on PSP. Monopoly. Monsters Inc. Scream Team. Not top 10, but I'm going to... How'd you break them, man? First off, hi, Biggie. Second, I broke them literally by tossing it to the pillow, and then I come back from the bathroom seeing that it got severed. And I just... Why? So I'm out of glasses for 2 weeks. What's poppin', hoping? We're talking about top 10s. So I'm going through an entire list of games, and I have to break them down to what would be my top 1. What would be my one PS1 game of all time? We're back on that conversation from yesterday. My favorite game was Xena Warrior, Princess PS1. God. I did not play any of the Mortal Kombat games until PS2, so that I'm not putting that in there. Hey, I can break it down. I mean, you don't know my top 10s. Oh, wait. Monsters, Inc. Scream Team. That game was just fun. God. Shit, I did have Namco Museum, but I don't really want to put collections on a PS1 because you could play these on arcades. That's a different conversation. I did not play any of the NBA games on PS1. No. None of the Need for Speed. Only Gran Turismo, actually. Yeah. I did not play any of the Siphon Filter games. I only played the PSP ones, so no. Sub-Zero Mythologies? Nah. Hell no. Wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Abe's Odyssey. I love the stories of those games. I'm just so bad at it. So bad at it. But I'm not putting Abe's Odyssey on there because I never beat it. I've never beaten that game. You know what? I'm gonna put Mega Man music on here right now. Because if we're gonna talk about Mega Man, I want to put on my favorite soundtrack from them. I did not play Silent Hill until like I did the marathon for it. So no, I'm not counting that either. For me, I would say it's a good game, but I didn't grow up with it. Like, I mean, you know what? I'll just put it on there. I'll just put it on the list because it is. I do like Silent Hill 1. And I think it is a better game to play as a horror game next to Resident Evil and Parasite Eve. Like, those are the top 3 horror games I would tell you that you should be playing. They're really good. I did not play Pac-Man World nor beat it, so I'm not really putting it. I did, wait, no, I lied. I did play it, I just didn't beat it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Not Pocket Fighter. I do like it. I wouldn't put it on my top 10 though. I played Powerpuff Girls Chemical Extraction. That was a Power Stone clone. I already put Ridge Racer Type 4. Yo, Danny, are we gonna do some reading today? We're definitely gonna be doing some reading today. I'm just waiting for Mike. He might be taking a nap though. I played that too, but on N64. Funny. Yeah, the cutscenes are cheesy. Ready to Rumble Boxing. I actually did not play that. Okay, I'm getting food right now, and it'll be about half an hour more. Gotcha. Fatal Fury? No, I don't count that because I played that like a little recently, and even then, I don't think I would put that like as my top. top 10. It's a fun game. Not the best skin of all time. Okay. I'm gonna guess that. Oh, it's having a bad time loading. I see. Yeah, no, it's on Ethernet too. Could be the fact that I'm on a website. And maybe Discord. I'm gonna close it. There we go. No, it's having a bad time. I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna do this instead. Nope. And maybe close this. Wait. Ooh, yes.
Close your eyes.
Are we good?
Come to me. Feel alright. Just
Trying to see if we're good
dance with me
first.
all through the night. Turn it out. Close to you. I feel good. 'Cause I
Okay,
just know
yeah, we're better.
that
Alright, cool.
give it to me,
Well, is it lagging? I think it's lagging.
Feel alright. I feel good.
Oh, yeah, this song. Yes, it is from DJ Max.
Just want you to step with me, dance with me, here with me, feel alright. I feel good.
Damn it, Danny, now you're making me re-downloading my Liza P. News, what the fuck? Yeah. Dude, it's in Liza P. So doing that? Nah. We went through this song, remember? When I played Liza P? Song was peak, bro.
Close your eyes.
I wasn't here for that.
Come
Oh, you weren't here for that? Oh, dude. Yeah, no, Liza P.
feel alright.
You can find albums in Liza P.
Just dance with me all through the
Oh, dude, nah. So Liza P is made by NeoWiz, and so they remade the soundtrack from DJ Max and put it into Liza P to fit the aesthetic of the game. It is amazing. These are amazing renditions.
I feel good. Just walk your step with me, dance with me, here with me, feel alright.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's really, really good.
I feel good on you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you gotta play Liza P, bro. Liza P is really, really good. There we go. Oh, we get brand new soundtrack for the DLC expansion. I'm so excited for the DLC. It's such a good freaking game.
Feel alright.
The more you progress through the game, the more songs you find from the DJ Max games, and it's like, oh, dude, this right here is the it's gorgeous. Strider 2. I did play that growing up. Strider 2 is so freaking good. I did play Stuart Little, but I wouldn't put that up there.
Close your
Tales of Fantasia is actually one of my first Tales of games growing up. And it's one of my favorites. I did play Tiny Toons, but that was awfully, like, level design. I did not like it. Would I put Tomb Raider on here? I never beat any of them, so no. I already put one of the Tony Hawks, and it's 2. It's 2. It's definitely 2. I don't like Twisted Metal as a series, sadly to say. Wild Arms! Hell yes! I did beat that game. It's a really good freaking cowboy RPG game. Like cowboy anime RPG game. It's just awesome. It's not really like cowboys, more like dungeon crawling. Xenogears! Oh yeah! That's the good stuff. I'm not putting Breath of Fire on here because I didn't beat it. So no. But I did beat these guys. I didn't play any of the WWE games, so no. I think I got them all. I think I got all of the PS1 games that, like, I can 100% tell you that these were the games that, like, were my favorites growing up, and I had a lot of fun with them. They were my favorites of all time. So, let's break it down. Like, this is just about all of them. Soul Calibur is Soul Blade, but like these are the games that, like, these are the, Jesus, honestly, I played a lot. Played a lot more than I realized, which is kind of hard for me to tell you guys, like, what is my number one. I wish I could tell you, but now that I finally got this list down, I'm about to find out which would be my number one. Off the bat, I can definitely tell you. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 games that I have played throughout my years with the PS1. And I can definitely tell you at 35, I am taking out Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. Yeah, we're gonna take that off. Why? Is because, first off, imagine playing a SNES game and it's on your PS1. Like, that's literally all it is. It's a SNES designed fighting game that looks so bad on your PS1. It looks like the kind of game. First off, let me show you what the game actually looks like. Let me show you what the game actually looks like, cause oh god, it's you'd be surprised. I feel like I'm only doing this a disservice if I don't explain it. So here we go. You know what? No, not on here. Not on here. Not on here. I can do this. Over here. Yeah. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Unless it loads slow, which therefore I cannot do this on here. That's why it's being slow, because my PC is taking all the network down. So we're gonna just easy ultimate. Ha 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 ha! There it is. There it is. There it is.
Unlock success with Optimum Business Essentials.
$27. What are you talking about? I haven't seen this game in so long, bro. Oh my god. Look at these PNGs. Oh, brother. And they fight as if they're all in GIFs. The music is great, and you have a lot of characters to unlock. Oh god. The gameplay sucks. Look at this! Look at this! Why did I put this in my top 10? I put this as a game that I've actually played growing up. There are some games I wouldn't even mention, but like, you know what's my problem with this game? I unlocked everything. I beat this game with all the characters, learning all the moves, all the secrets, all the grabs, all the stuff, just everything, dog. And you can get some pretty busted stuff in this, to the point where it's like, oh my god, is this actually a good game? But it's not. It is not. It does look bootleg, but this is official. It is a SNES game. The only reason why it's on PS1, it has a really good soundtrack though. It's because the audio department is the best. It has a really good soundtrack. It has clear sounds. That's all this game is good for. Is the sounds, the details. It's great. But everything else is bad. Everything else sucks. This game is dookie butter. Actually bad. I don't know if it's the right thing to say. It could be better. Okay, the animation was beautiful, done, but the stage and gameplay is garbage. No. No. No, they look out of place. They just look out of place. I don't know, man. I can't even with this game. I'm not even a big fan of all these, like all these posings. It just looks so weird. Like you might as well have just made a freaking 3D model game, which was what Dragon Ball GT Final Bout was. But even then, that game sucked too. So it's just like, no, lost cause. Lost cause. Dragon Ball Z fighting games is just ass on PS1. The animation is decent here, and yeah, the sound is good. Perfect for Mugen creators who want to make them broken. Exactly. They are already broken though. That's the thing. If you actually find out how to play it, which I did, it can get busted. It can get real busted. To the point where you get gaslit that it plays good. But it's not. It does not play good. It is stiff. It's stiff as sin. But now you know why that's crossed off. I wouldn't even... No. Frame 1 crossed off. Next game. What is not as good as Dragon Ball? Funny. You know what? I don't like that I'm putting it lower, but I'm gonna have to because as a game, it's just a simple fun game. Is it my favorite of all time? No, and I would never play it again because it's not catered to me. But what it meant to me as a kid means a lot. Wait a minute, Honey. Is it Honey Hunt? Is it Honey Hunt? I don't know if they know. Ah, yes. Huh, yes! Yes! Miyakuza's my top one. Photo Dojo or something? I think best fighting game for Dragon Ball Z fighting game was Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 in 3D and Dragon Ball Fighters. That depends. That's a different topic. Yeah, this is the one. That's the one. I'm gonna have to cross this off the list, only because, I mean, this is not a game that I would play over and over again, but I did play this a lot as a kid, and it was just one of the... Before Crash, this was the platformer I got to play on my PS1, and I was a big Winnie the Pooh head growing up, and genuinely, this was just such a... Like, look at the aesthetics, bro! Oh my god! Oh my god, no, you know what? I'm not even... No, I can't cross it off. It's too much. It's too much. I can't do it. No, this game has too much charm. It is such a delightful, beautiful game. I can't do it. No, I'm not crossing this game off. Can't. Nope. Nope. Something else. Something else.
Hello, I'm Tigger. That's T-I-double-G-R, and that's me. Yes, Tigger. You've bounced me before. Yeah, fun, ain't it? Say, you wanna go bouncing with me? Well,
Doesn't PS1 was fun. I had that game, but I didn't really like it that much.
I need to collect lots and lots of honeypots for my party. A party, you say? Yes, for all of my friends. But I shall need a lot more honey.
Nah, man.
Tigger, would you
This is
help me
adorable.
find some honeypots? You bet, buddy old bear. Yuck. What do these Pooh Bears like about this icky, sticky stuff anyway? Well, Pooh,
no.
No time for goofing
Nah.
off. I've got
I can't do it. I'm gonna put it low, like, maybe top 20.
now.
Cause, like I said, as a kid that really loved Winnie the Pooh back then, where my mom bought a whole bunch of VHSs and DVDs, where we got all the movies and TV shows from it, I really liked this show, and she gave me a game that essentially has that same magic. It captures the same magic that you would get on the show, and this was just adorable. Turn these into horror? Don't worry about that. That's because of, like, licensing being, like, free. Yeah, that's because of public domain. Don't worry about that. We don't worry about that stuff. It was just a simple 2D platformer. It is very cute. Collect all the things. Beep, boop, boop, boop. As, like, the more the level progresses, the more conversations you can have with the characters.
There's a cave simply stacked with honeypots under here.
No, I can't do it. This game's too precious to go.
Secret place.
But everything else is too good to take down. You know what? Okay. Yeah, no. I'm looking at the list. I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. Everything else is too good to take down. I don't know what to take down. So, Tigger, no. The next game I would take down is probably this one. Oh, whoops. Mistyped. Oh my god. There we go. Uh-huh. There you go. Yeah.
Try the double sonic smasher, not a half price.
God, I'm so sorry, y'all. I do not have YouTube Premium, and I refuse to spend on it. Oh, yeah, no, they're turning every Disney character into horror. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the originals are wasted. Dun, dun. I'm gonna cross this off, because as much as I did like this as a kid, there were some problems. I just think it was fun.
This is it, buddy. The big time. If we get through this, you and I could be the best screen producing.
Don't apologize. They
team
don't deserve your
I've
money.
ever seen.
Exactly.
I can't believe we were handpicked by Waternoose himself to train at the Monsters Incorporated private facility.
I can't do this. I'm too nervous. And you building up the situation like this is not helping.
Relax, Mikey. Remember what happened on our first day of college?
This right here.
Don't remind me.
You talked about college?
Okay, but I don't want to deal with another mess.
Predecessor
like
to
that.
Monsters,
It took
Inc.
them a whole
2.
semester
Crazy.
to build a dorm.
Didn't I say not to remind me? Okay, you're right. It's no big deal. It's only one of the most respected companies in all of Monstropolis.
I was also a kid that really liked
No
Monsters
problem.
Inc. I
We're
have
on
the
verge
plushie of
some
Sully,
research
and I
and
had a
everything. We'll be fine.
toy of Mike Wazowski. Yeah, I was a big fan. And then playing this game just catered everything.
Oh no.
Same thing for the Grinch.
We are not on the list, Sully.
Before university?
We filled out
Wild.
the paperwork.
It's crazy.
Granted, it was extremely confusing, but come on. Oh boy, what am I gonna tell my mother? She'll be absolutely devastated.
Oh, here we go. Sullivan, James P., and Mike Wazowski. You two have been enlisted in this training course because of your potential to become a top scare producing team. While you are here, the two of you will work together to complete a total of 15
This is a
trials. That's right,
prequel.
15 trials. If you can complete them all successfully, you will earn yourself a spot on the scare floor.
I didn't know that.
Good.
I didn't retain that
Please
information.
proceed through the elevator directly behind the help desk. Any questions, come see me. Welcome.
Grinch was a bad game, but I liked it. It just had some bad level designs, and you could choose who to pick. I picked Sully, of course, a lot, but I always gave myself some time with Mike because he actually, instead of scaring the kids, you actually told jokes. Oh God, a lot of these music is coming back to me.
Welcome to the monster orientation. Here you will
She's
learn
back.
all-
She's back. She's back. Yeah, this is orientation. Hold on. But this was a fun game for me because of all the, like the fun levels. You pick up these things to show how effective your scares are, but you don't scare actual kids. You scare robot kids. This is a training facility. You are training yourself to get ready for the movie that's coming up. And then they made a PS2 game of this game too, and it was also genuinely kind of pretty funny. It was just like what if games, and they were really fun. Didn't do anything groundbreaking, but I liked it a lot as a kid. That's why I'm like, you know what, I could take that one down. I can take that one down, and now I can take down Tigger because it didn't do anything groundbreaking. It was just fun for the fact that it was very heartwarming, and I can at least be okay with that. All right. So after we just got rid of the movie license stuff, there are more movie license stuff that I know, but I'm not writing them down because that would be a long list. I put up stuff that's like heavy hitters, and I put myself in a corner because a lot of these are heavy hitters. Now it just depends on the fact what would I take off sooner, and I think I just found out what. The next game is going to be Clock Tower. Why Clock Tower? I don't want a review of it. I don't want that one. Damn it, Nitro Rad. Okay, so we're just gonna have him in the background.
Welcome to Minecraft.
Oh,
Get together now.
Bugs Bunny Time, PS1 was a very fun platformer. It is a very fun platformer. But I definitely did not, I didn't play that one, so I'm not putting that on my list. Hello? There we go. Okay. So, there you go.
With the ticking of the clock as the company logo.
Why not type in no
appears and
commentary?
fades.
It's because I guess it's because of the different versions that comes in. With it. Sure. Should we do? Will that work? Oh, wait. Cool. Awesome. Oh, it's from the same guy. God bless his soul. That's not Clock Tower. That's not Clock Tower at all. That's the bad one. Wow, there are different versions to this, huh? Because that's it's showing off, this one is showing the 3D one. That's not what I played. It was a 2D one. And you'd want to play the PS1 version because it gave you a mouse as a PS1 game. And it was the best way for you to play that type of game. There it is. No sound? I don't think there is any sound in this. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Funny, I never played original Clock Tower till Clock Tower 3, PS2. That game was something else. That game is a roller coaster, but that's a PS2 list. I actually never played it, but if I was to make a top 10, I would have to play Clock Tower 3 to add in a top 10. Because I really like that game. I'm not putting Clock Tower higher on the list only because, like, I love the game, but it doesn't really do anything substantial to the point where it's just like, I love this game so much, I would replay it over and over. This is a game that I just really liked that one time, and it stays with you for a while. Especially with just how you discover things in the game. And it's a little bit random, I'm gonna be honest with you. It starts to act up in so many different ways that you just never know how to interact with stuff. I think as a unique game, it is great, but not as a top 10 for me. Also, it's very slow. It's very slow. Like, you have to have a lot of patience, and this is the type of game that I could show people, like, I have a lot of patience. But I would understand if no one else has that patience. Alright. So next game. Okay. Alright. Jesus Christ. Damn. You know what? We're not done with licensed games. Funny. I would put this higher, but with the other games, I can't. Toy Story 2 PS1. Yeah. This game is really good. But again, another one of those games, didn't do anything substantial. It did so much as a platformer. It is a really fun game. I think if I was to recommend a PS1 game, I could definitely recommend you a Toy Story platformer. This is just a fun idea with awesome music, great level designs, and power-ups that you gain throughout each level. It's one of the best PS1 games out there, but not in my top 10. Definitely a game that I played 3 times over as a kid.
I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace.
Andy's Backyard. Yeah. I still play this. This is fun. It's a fun game. But as a top game, like top 10 for 200 games and at least the 35 games that I have on here, it's kind of hard to debate. Oh, the boss thing. It's good. It is good. This is not about what is a bad game. This is about thinning down the list. And Toy Story is definitely not up there for me. I'm kind of mad at myself because I would put Tomba 2 as my favorite platformer, but I didn't beat that game, so I did not put Tomba 2. I put Tomba 1. Damn, even it's showing you my favorite parts of Tomba 2 when I just said Tomba 1. Okay. Tomba is one of the most weirdest, randomest PS1 games you'll ever find. And it only came out on PS1. Until now. They just made a remaster for this game in every console. Which I highly recommend it, by the way. Tomba 1 and 2. This game is fun. This game is really fun. It's a fun platformer. It's a side-scroller. It has a really cool idea and has a different way on how you interact it as a platformer. But would it be in my top 10? Sadly not. I just think this game is unique. And that's all this game has it going for it, is that it's unique, and it's also a pseudo RPG. But RPG in a way where it's the more you progress, the more you gain abilities kind of deal. So, also you need to gain stuff by getting money. So it's like, yes and no on RPG. It's just charming. I think you played Story. I think Toy Story 2 is a good time when you have friends with friends. Yeah, it's kind of knocking down the outliers to truly rank the 10 in your eyes. Yeah, I had this game in my library. It's really fun. It's really fun. This is, you know what? It's a side-scroller Zelda game. That's what it's like. It's not really an RPG. You just gain items that helps you progress through the levels, and you are able to open up the game even more as the game goes on. This game is really good in that aspect. You land on the enemies and throw them, and interact with the world where it just kind of changes around you. It's just a charming little game. It's cute. I played this on the go when I had this on my Vita. It's the perfect on the go game. I would recommend it if you can get it on Switch. Yeah, no, you wouldn't go wrong with playing this game. Not my top 10 though. What's up, little bro? Yo, big. We're thinning down the list right now. So what's another game that I don't want? What's another game that I would thin out? Thin out. Okay, as much as I loved this game as a kid, I only beat this game once. And I never even played Croc 2. Sure, man. Got a burrito. Nice! After the 1,000 years, I'm free. You're free? Oh my god, Mike. Dude. The hell happened to you? Are you okay? Was it work? Yo, it's my goat. Let me know what's going on. Right now I'm going through a top 10 list on my PlayStation games. Let me know when you want to get on call. Freaking, I had to take Croc off. As much as I love this game, I only played it the one time as a kid, and I definitely remember it very vividly. What's up? You ready for Dragon Ball Fighters? He knocked on my door and told me he's ready. Were you napping? Oh. Ah, I see. That's fine. Get on your PC. So you ready? Okay. Get on through. Let me see. Where did I put Croc? Where did I put Croc? Alright, we're gonna put the top 10 list on hold. But Croc is a game that is a platformer that plays like a tank control. You like Resident Evil? What if Resident Evil had a jump button? That's what this game is. It's a good game. It can be very rough, but aesthetic-wise, platformer-wise, it's a great game. And once you get a hang of how the tank controls works, it's like driving a bike. I love tank controls, so I wasn't really bothered by it. But when you have to make tight precision platforming, it can get very tough. I would think that this game is hard, in a sense, but it's not impossible. Another game, I would definitely recommend it, like, no freaking problem, man. It's Croc. It is cute. It doesn't do anything. It's not trying to ask too much of you, other than you just learn how to handle with the tank controls. And once you get a hang of it, it's actually a really good game. So, now we're gonna be on pause with this. We'll be back. Now we're gonna be playing with Mike. The moment Resident Evil gives you an option to jump, the jokes will continue for another decade. Yeah, well. Yeah, well. Chris Blatt. What about Fighting Force PS1? I didn't play that game, so I didn't put it on the list. So if you say you aren't into the tank controls, there's that. Yep, that's kind of it. Which is why I'm like, that I can't put that on a top 10 either, because it's hard for me to recommend, but it is my personal favorite, so I would put it up there to at least talk about it and show you like why I do like it. I think it does everything in personality, design, and platforming wise pretty well. Just kind of hard to recommend to anybody else, cause tank controls, and not a lot of people like the tank controls, but a lot of people did like Croc, so it gets an easy pass. Let's see here. Any PS1 fighting games you really mess with? Oh, don't worry. We have PS1 fighting games. And the PS1 fighting games I have on here is Bloody Roar 2 and Tekken 3. I am not counting Street Fighter EX because I actually did not play that. So no. Not Street Fighter EX. And I'm not counting Street Fighter Alpha. Even though it's a PS1 game, you can play through 1, 2, 3 Street Fighter Alphas. No, I'm not putting that in. Marvel vs. Capcom? Nope, I'm not putting that in there because it plays completely different from the other games. Oh shit! Oh shit! You just reminded me. Even though it is better on Dreamcast and in the arcade, I'm adding in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That one. That one. That one. That one's a top one. That is going to be an argument when we get there. Are we watching your stream from the stream of your PS5? No. It's a setup for me, personally. Because I'm going to be playing on PC with Mike. So what I do is I have my stream on my TV so I can keep the chat visible. Wait, what about Project Justice? Rival Schools is a PS1 game. Project Justice is a Dreamcast game. That's not a PS1 game. Project Justice is the sequel, where it's way better than Rival Schools on the PS1. So I'm not putting that on the list, but I could make it as an honorary mention. So I'll put in Rival Schools. Oh, my fault. I'm gonna put in Rival Schools as a conversation topic because if I was to... My problem, the reason why I don't have Rival Schools on there is because I already played it. I only played it now, this year. These are games that I actually grew up with throughout like high school, middle school, and all that stuff, and at childhood games. Not the fact that like I played it this year, but I could still put it as a conversation topic regardless. So we're going to continue this list tomorrow. Project Justice is so goated. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is. I agree. All right, Discord. Time to get on Discord. Where at? There it is. Yeah. Actually, a part of me is worried. I think I might have to reset stream. Only because I'm getting a lot of network issues, and by that, this is what I mean. Look at how much of network is taking, and it's just OBS. That's not good if I'm gonna fight Mike on PC at all, and I'm on Ethernet. So I think I'm gonna reset stream, which is not good for me to do. But we did go through at least like a top 10 list. This was an entire conversation topic. Now we're gonna get into fighters. So I'll call that as like a intermission. No, yeah, no, that might not be good. Like, what the hell? No, it's just strictly OBS. A split stream, maybe. Huh? Let me try it at least. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a shot. Part 1 is done. Part 1 of the stream is done. Time for part 2. Where's Dragon Ball Fighters? I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it. I will test it. If it does not work out, I know what I gotta do. No. I'm gonna bring my laptop out. You see how, like, everything is not loading? That's a bad sign. Bad sign already. I'm bringing out my laptop. Up. Let me move everything. I might have to reset my PC. It's weird because, like, I broke the internet. What do you dog? It's weird because it's just like I was on my PC the entire time. Why streaming, and I had no issues with the Ethernet still on. So, like, why is it having problems now? It's saying that I don't have any problems anymore if you see this right here. But it had problems earlier, and the only reason why it's having problems right now is because of this. That's really bad. So if I'm fighting and I want to fight with no issues, that needs to go. Up. Okay, let me get my charger. I don't know if it's the fact that I downloaded Spotify, because that's literally what happened, but it's not saying that it's Spotify, it's saying that it's OBS, so it's like, okay. I would like to believe that it's not Spotify. I would like to believe that it was something else, but it's not showing me any proof that it's something else, so I'm gonna have to work with what I'm being told. Okay. Alley-oop. Alley-oop. Unless... No, I'm not playing Dragon Ball Fighters on my laptop. It's convoluted. Yeah, I'm just gonna reset stream. Alright, guys. Rusty Blazin', thank you so much for the follow, homie. Every follow's a good follow. Thank you. I'm gonna be right back. God damn. I'm setting up for fighters right now. I just have to reset stream.